Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the jungle here at Liberty Center High School for today's contest. Girls basketball on deck for you here. Just finished up with the bowling competition. If you were joining the crew there at River City Bowlaway, but we have the Delta Panthers coming to town to battle the home team, the Liberty Center Tigers, who come in, haven't played a game since right around Christmas time. Diamond Danny Kessler, DDK, joining me on the statistical stuff, techie stuff. I think the Cab will be here at some point in time.
Try to get some stats in there for us, too.
He'll try to keep us on deck here, but looking forward to a good contest here tonight. Once again, going to be one stream for you guys, starting here for the JV and then rolling right into the varsity game. Got to expect a good competition here with the league game. You never know what's going to happen. I know, talking to Coach Weimer, she said this Delta Panther squad is very aggressive. They got some good-sized girls, and this should be a good competition for our JV squad, who's, hasn't really seen a whole lot of competition thus far.
Delta's always good at basketball.
There's always a little bit of a rivalry between, Liberty Center and Delta as well. So I feel like that kind of sparks things up a little bit in that aspect. So it's going to be Addie Zintek, Gabby Conrad, Alita Fosnight, Hope Atkinson, and Macy Crew to start on the floor for the Tigers. And for the Panthers, it's number 32, Addison Wise, number 10, Ellie Martinez, number 22, Grace Mainhart, number 24, Keegan Gillen. And I'll see if I can get that last number for you. Tip there, that's number 5, Mackenzie Kruger. Tip there, won by the Tigers, gathered by Zintek. Now Hope Atkinson will gather the basketball. She'll control the offense, working against a 3-2 zone defense for the Delta Panthers. Now it'll be Conrad. She'll have it out top. Sets the offense, throws it to the corner, but Zintek cut as she ran to the corner. It'll be out of bounds on a turnover for the Tigers to start the game. Tigers will be out in that pressure defense. Delta will get it in. It'll go to Kruger. Kruger now back to Martinez. Martinez working against pressure defense. Atkinson will come up with a steal. Drives the lane. Extra pass Fosnight over to Zintek. Skip pass to Conrad, and the Tigers will set the offense. Now Conrad over the corner. Gets it into Fosnight. Fosnight, strong catch in the post. Atkinson will take the step back three-pointer. Misses no good. Zintek battles on the rebound. She gets the offensive board. And the Tigers will get a second possession. But a good steal for the Panthers. And then Zintek will run it down. Loose ball gathered there by Fosnight. And Hope Atkinson now will control the point for the Tigers. Just underway here. League action. Panthers in town. Full slate of events for you this weekend. OG coming to town for boys action tomorrow night. Zintek corner to Crew. Atkinson now, skip pass over to Conrad. Conrad lost it out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for Liberty Center. And Delta will have the basketball. Kind of a slow start to this game here, DDK, thus far.
Yeah, there have been quite a few turnovers early.
Now Kruger will look. She crosses the timeline, breaks the press, tries to gather there in the corner. She stood up there by Conrad, looking for some help. Finally gets it out. That's Addison Wise. She'll dribble it out, now crosses over, tries to dribble right side, kicks it out. Good swing there around the perimeter from the Panthers. Gets it to Mainhart. And I think they're going to get a foul on the drive by Mackenzie Kruger. They're going to get number 25, Addie Zintek, her first. Team first here in the first quarter.
Seem to be pretty evenly matched, Phil, the way it looks, the way they're both playing on the floor.
Yeah, I think both teams just a little bit in a rush right now. A good drive to the hole. Shot up, missed, no good. Gets her own rebound. Now out to Wise. Wise will drive. Scoop shot with the right hand. Her layup doesn't go. But she's fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot two. First free throw coming now for Addison Wise. Sinks the first free throw, and the Panthers are on the board 1-0. Second free throw miss, no good. Fosnight on the rebound, kind of got pushed out of bounds. No call, but a great job to gather the loose ball to Atkinson. And she'll get it over to Crew, now back to Atkinson, and the Tigers will set the offense. Left wing for Zintek. She'll cross now to Crew. Crew inside for Fosnight. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds. They'll say it'll go to the Panthers, and the 3-2 zone for Delta right now is making it hard on the Tiger offense to get any attack to the basket. Now a trap there by the Tigers. Atkinson tips a loose ball. Delta's able to recover. Still trying to get it across the timeline. That's Martinez. She'll kick it now. Corner over to Wise. Wise will dribble. Kicks back corner. Conrad steps in front of a pass. Loose ball gathered there by the Panthers. Now Zintek will stick her nose in it. It'll be a jump ball called. And it'll stay with the Panthers. Checking in for Delta, number 4, Annabelle Gillen. Checking out, number 22, Grace Maynard. Ella Martinez now to inbound. She'll kick it in. Looks inside for Gillen. Gillen, good cut. Layup up, no good. And a foul will be called on number 3, Hope Atkinson. Not sure if maybe a girl lost her contact on the way down. See what happens, because she's the shooter. See if she can get some help getting her contact in so she can shoot free throws. We'll see what happens here. You know, I've actually had that happen before, and it is a pain in the butt to shoot with one contact in and one contact out.
I've seen it as well.
So first free throw will be coming. Be Annabelle Gillen. Free throw misses long, no good. Second free throw coming. Gillen shoots. Cashes in on the second free throw. So 2 free throws the difference here in the first quarter thus far. Panthers lead it 2-0. Crew now up the sideline to Conrad. Conrad into Fosnight. Fosnight, 1-2 finish good. And the Tigers do a good job of beating the pressure. Get it into Fosnight, who scores. Now it'll be Martinez. Breaks the press up to Gillen. Gillen with the right hand. Doesn't get it to go. And Zintek on the board. Hope Atkinson now will have it. She drives. Gets it across the timeline over to Fosnight. Fosnight puts it on the deck. Loose ball. Fought for there. Girls diving on the floor. Gotta love the hustle out here, DDK. Girls getting on the floor.
Well, I think they're trying to get some points on the board. It's only 2-2, and we only got 3 minutes left in the first period here.
So Maddie Bailey will check in for the Tigers. Gabby Conrad will check out. Zintek to inbound for Liberty Center. Zintek now looks, gets it in. Fosnight up strong, and she's fouled. So a good little inbounds play there for the Tigers. Got Aletha Fosnight some room in the post, and she's fouled by number 10, Ellie Martinez. And that'll send her to the free throw line.
First one bounces off the back of the iron.
So Fosnight will have another free throw coming for the Tigers. Second free throw good for Aletha Fosnight. Martinez now on the drive. Good job there by Maddie Bailey on defense. Forces a turnover. Bailey up strong on the left side. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound over to number 24, Keegan Gillen. And the Panthers are across the timeline. Now set the offense. Addison Wise on the drive. Kicks back to Martinez. Martinez triggers three-pointer. It'll be a two-pointer.
Yeah, I think her foot was on the line.
Yep, good call there, DDK. 2-point shot good there from the Panthers. Moeller checked into the game for the Tigers as well. Now Martinez puts it on the deck. Bailey once again, good defense from Maddie Bailey, gets a turnover. Atkinson tries to throw it up, but a good steal from Delta there. Keegan Gillen on the steal. Grace Mainhart now drives right side. Kicks right to Martinez. Martinez going to get called for the travel.
Yeah, I've got Liberty with 6 turnovers and Delta with 5. There's been quite a few so far this first quarter.
Tigers a little frantic with the ball there as number 22, Mackenzie Fuller, checks into the game. Tigers looking to set the offense here now. 2 minutes to go here in the first, just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Crew now top side to Fuller. Fuller left wing to Atkinson. Atkinson tries to pass it inside to a cutting Crew, and a good steal by number 5, Mackenzie Kruger. Kruger now to get it in. Good steal there by Moeller. Didn't even have her head turned to the basketball, but the Panthers end up coming up with the loose ball. Kruger will drive all the way to the paint. Scoop shot with the right hand goes. Good job there by Mackenzie Kruger. Nobody picked up the ball, and she drived all the way to the hole and was able to get the layup. Now the Panthers will look to run pressure defense. Tries to get it up to Moeller. Moeller with the turnover. Now Addison Wise will drive. Crosses the timeline. Crosses over, being guarded by Maddie Bailey. Now Wise kicks topside over to Kruger. Kruger cross-court pass to Mainhart. Good cut there by Kruger. Her layup up and good, and a nice pass from number 24, Keegan Gillen. And the Panthers doing a nice job getting some layups against this Tiger defense. Now Fuller catches it in the middle. Good poke away there on the backside. That's 22. Grace Mainhart. Hope Atkinson will check out for Addie Zintek. Number 2 for the Panthers checking in. That's Mackenzie Clapp. So Tigers struggling to find some offense here. 8-3 early in this ball game. That's Moeller now in the game. It's Chloe Moeller on the drive. Has it knocked away. Moeller gathers a loose ball. Thought there might have been a foul. Ball gathered there by Keegan Gillen, and the Tigers will control after the turnover. Now a loose ball. Zintek dives on the floor, but it'll be out of bounds. Stays with the Panthers. Good hustle here from both teams. Good move there by Addison Wise. Scoop shot no good. Good job there by Kenzie Fuller. Did a nice job going straight up, and I think they're going to get 32, Addison Wise, on a reach-in foul. So good defensive play there by Kenzie Fuller, not to pick up a foul. And it'll be Tiger basketball. Chloe Moeller to inbound. Now Moeller will have it. Working against the pressure defense. Zintek, cross-court pass to Crew. Crew trapped in the corner. Gets it to Fuller. Fuller spins. Tries to go back to Crew. And Keegan Gillen with a nice job tipping that pass. Loose ball gathered there by Crew and Annabelle Gillen. It'll be jump ball, and it'll give possession to the Panthers. Peyton Hageman checking in for the Tigers. Addie Zintek sits. Liberty Center now looks like they're going to switch up their defense here a little bit and go to a 2-3 zone. Oh, kick right side. That's Clapp. Now to the corner to Martinez. Martinez now right wing. Panthers working around the perimeter. That's Gillen. Now Martinez. Clapp now has it corner. Good hands there by the Tigers. Loose ball on the floor. Great hustle by Clapp to be able to get it back to save the possession. Now 1 second left. And good defense there by Kenzie Fuller. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end here at the Jungle from Liberty Center. With on the 3-court scoreboard, the Panthers lead it 8-3. Get some of our sponsors at you while we can here. KK Collision, a leader in the auto repair industry that has been servicing Northwest Ohio auto needs for 27 years. Meyer Badenhop Insurance Company since 1933. Northwest Ohio has been the home of Meyer Badenhop Agency. STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. Affinity IT Group, cybersecurity, managed services for your company's demanding computer needs. 3-Chord, sign it, sew it, screen it, promote it. Davis Farm Services is a family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio farmers for over 50 years. Swanton Welding, been providing our customers with the highest quality services of metal fabrication since 1956. Pam and Dick Leatherman. Pisanello's Pizza, great family restaurant, serving up delicious pizza, subs, wings, salad, and many other things right here in Liberty Center. Gerald Green Center is a farmer-owned cooperative with 9 locations here in Northwest Ohio. Holgate Metal Fab and Sattler Meats. DDK, what do you got for us on the stats from the first quarter?
Well, Liberty Girls only 1 for 4 from the floor. Delta were 3 for 8. Both 50% on her free throws. Liberty had one of 2, Delta 2 of 4. But Liberty with 8 turnovers to Delta's 6. It seemed to me, Phil, they were a little bit rushed that first quarter. Maybe they'll settle it down here in the second.
Yeah, Liberty Center had a couple of rush turnovers, just really never able to find any rhythm on offense, and now they're going to get a reach-in foul called on the Panthers. I think they're going to get number 10. That's going to be Ellie Martinez. That'll be her second foul, team first here in the second quarter. Mainhart now to the table. She's going to sub in. I think they're going to get Martinez out with those 2 fouls. Martinez had a big 3, and she's played some really aggressive defense, DDK. We'll see how that substitution there comes to fruition here in the second quarter. Now Zintek over to Atkinson to Fosnight. Fosnight trapped in the corner. They'll kick to Zintek. Zintek screens, gets it to the corner for Atkinson. Thought about the three-pointer. Did a good job not to force it. Good skip pass there from Zintek to Bailey, and the Tigers reset. Zintek now, corner pass there to Atkinson. Good play there by the Panthers. That was number 5, Mackenzie Kruger, did a nice job. She came a long way to tip that pass out of bounds. Good look there from Zintek. Tigers will have it out of bounds on the sideline. Fosnight now to inbounds. They'll get it to Atkinson, over to Zintek. Atkinson. Now back to Zintek. Zintek, middle. Fosnight underneath. Chloe Moeller, and she is fouled on a reach-in by number 2, Mackenzie Clapp. So 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter for Delta as well defensively. 8-3, the Panthers lead it here at the Jungle. Zintek to inbound. They'll get it to Chloe Moeller. Moeller, top side now for Zintek. Hope Atkinson now has it. Back to Zintek. Zintek skip corner pass to Bailey. Bailey will put it on the deck. And another foul is going to be called, this time on Mackenzie Clapp. And now 3 quick fouls here in the first quarter. And DDK, Liberty Center has been struggling offensively. If they're able to find a way to maybe get to the free throw line and find some rhythm offensively, that could really help them here.
Yeah, if you were watching Maddie Bailey, she's going in for that shot, and she looked a little disappointed that foul was called. She wanted to take the shot.
Zintrek tried to get it into Bailey. Loose ball tipped out of bounds. And the Panthers will get the possession. So some very stingy defense being played by both squads. I think, DDK, you said, what was the turnover count there in the first quarter? As Bailey will get a foul called on her?
That was Liberty had 8, Delta had 6.
So 14 turnovers combined there in the first quarter for both squads. So tells you the defensive intensity is there. Now Mainhard on the drive. Good defense there by Fosnight. Fosnight will kick for Wise. Wise now kicks topside to Kruger. Kruger will go left wing. That's number 12, Aubrey Purdue. Mainhard now kicks to the corner. Now Gillen over to Mainhard. Mainhard on the drive. Loose ball on the floor, gathered there by Gillen. Gillen in the corner, tries to go underneath. Mainhard wasn't ready for it. Fosnight was. Turnover forced by the Tigers. Now Atkinson will have it. She'll cross the timeline. Right wing, Moeller. Inside, or left wing to Bailey. Bailey tried to get it inside for Fosnight, and a turnover for Liberty Center. I think that was the right look there, DDK. Just missed on the pass attempt.
Yeah, just off a little bit.
So Delta now will have it after the turnover. Kruger now has it, looking full court. It'll go to Mainhart. Mainhart drive, she'll cross the timeline. Dribbles middle of the floor, tries to kick. Good defense by Zintek. Loose ball on the floor, gathered there by Kruger. And Addison Wise now has it on the right wing, and the Panthers will reset. She drives baseline, cut off there by Fosnight. Now Mainhart will be on the drive. She kicks it. They'll swing it over to Kruger. Good job there by Bailey, cutting off the drive. Panthers still passing it around the perimeter. Kruger on the kick now, right wing. And Addison Wise will be called for the traveling violation. And, man, DDK, both teams just really struggling to find an offensive rhythm with this pressure defense.
Yeah, and it looks like they both actually stepped up their defense. Yeah, they're both struggling with offense, but defense has been great. I don't know if you can really say too many mistakes have been made. A couple, maybe.
I just think both teams have played that well defensively. I mean, teams are making the right plays. Haven't seen too many shot attempts because of teams that are able to get some loose balls there, and then a traveling violation called on Kruger, so a turnover right back. Yeah, and it has been very, very aggressive. I mean, there's been active hands all night. When you drive, you have 3 or 4 players swiping at the ball, and most of the time they've been able to get a hand on it thus far.
There has not been a shot attempt yet this quarter.
For either side?
No.
Wow. So that shows you the defensive intensity. Liberty Center inbounds. They'll get it to Fosnight. Fosnight kicks it corner to Moeller. Moeller on the baseline drive. Good pass to Conrad. Conrad over to Fosnight. Now to Zintek. Zintek. Chloe Moeller now to Conrad. Conrad over to Atkinson. Over to Zintek. Zintek inside for Fosnight. Good defense there.
I mean, you look at that defense for that last 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, they tried to go. Yeah, they tried to go inside for Fosnight, and Aubrey Purdue was able to get her hand inside and tip that pass away to create another turnover for the Panthers. 3:16 to go here. Score is 8-3. Liberty Center, again, we said at the beginning of the broadcast, have not played a game since right around Christmas time, so it does show a little bit of rust right now. But again, a lot of credit goes to this Panther 3-2 zone that has really given the Tigers fits thus far. Now Wise will kick it over to Martinez. Martinez, right wing, guarded by Conrad. She tries to kick it over to, that was Purdue. Now over to Kruger. Kruger, good extra pass to Martinez. Martinez layup no good. Over to Chloe Moeller. Moeller now on the breakaway. She drives. We'll slow it up. She kicks it to Conrad. Conrad, left wing Crew. Thought about the three-pointer. Man, I thought Macy Crew should have taken that one.
Yeah, I think she had a good opportunity.
Now she has another look at it. This one she fires, and she scores! Macy Crew, I think she wanted that last one. Maybe didn't want to rush it. Got a second look at it and made this one count. 8-6, Panthers lead. 2:20 to go. And now a timeout from the Panther head coach. DDK, maybe just what the doctor ordered there for the Tigers as Macy Crew hits a big three.
Yep, get the momentum to swing our way just a little bit. That was nice. It looked like she wanted to take it that first time, and then she was like, no, I'll wait. Man, I wish I would have had that opportunity back, and she got it back, and she made it.
And I think maybe she was a little bit disappointed. I thought she had a really open look there the first time. They made that extra ball reversal, and I think she had even more room the second time. So when you go back and look on film, I think Coach would say, hey, just be patient. It'll come back to you. And then, hey, shooter's got to shoot. She was ready, and she really made it count on that one as the Tigers needed a bucket back.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
So the Tigers, after a big three-pointer, 8-6. Once again, your score here. Macy Crew with the 3 points. And it's been a very defensive sound game. Like we said, both teams have really played passing lanes. And I got to give Delta some credit, Danny. When you play a 3-2 zone, you kind of sit back a little bit and let the action come to you. They've kind of extended it all the way out to the 3-point line, and they've made catches at the perimeter tough on the Tigers, which has made the post entry, which has been so successful thus far for them, very difficult.
Yeah, I think they've been tired of waiting on trying to get a shot, and they want to go get the ball so they can go to make an attempt.
So after the full timeout there from Coach Ryan Lamb, Delta will have the possession. Kruger now kicks it middle. That's Purdue. Purdue looks to beat the press. She does. And I think they're going to get a foul call. This one might be on number 21, Gabby Conrad. Coach Weimer displeased, I think, with the call. But, Delta picked up those 3 fouls quick there in the first minute, Danny, and haven't had one in the last 3, so give them credit for adjusting as well. Atkinson steps in front of a pass, does a nice job to try to save it, but they'll say she's out of bounds. Hope Atkinson with a very physical play there. Kind of ran into Annabelle Gillen, and I think Gillen was a little surprised about how tough Atkinson was. Atkinson gets her hand on another one. This one's saved. Conrad comes up with a loose ball, and I think they're going to get Gabby Conrad on a double dribble violation. But Hope Atkinson being very active right now on the ball, getting some turnovers created for Liberty Center. Martinez to inbounds for the Tigers. Looks for Kruger. Nothing doing. Tries the skip pass out. That's wise. Good job to catch it at the top of the paint. Excuse me. That one's thrown off of Conrad's foot and a turnover forced by the Tigers. Hope Atkinson now controls the ball. Under 2 minutes to go here, first half. Low-scoring defensive affair here from the jungle. Macy Crew with it on the wing. She dribbles. Kicks it out to Chloe Moeller. Moeller now left side to Atkinson. Panthers in a man-to-man defense now. Have switched it up on Liberty Center. Now Atkinson, left wing. Fosnight, top side. Kicks it over to Crew. Crew. Pass inside. Atkinson open on the paint. She scores! Good pass and cut there from Crew to Atkinson. And the Tigers tie it up with some offense here in the last 2 minutes. Now Kruger tries to break the press. She does cross the timeline on the right wing. Drives all the way to the basket. Bucket no good. Rebound inside for Purdue. And they'll say she's fouled on the backside. I think they're going to get number 23, Macy Crew, on a foul. But Delta getting the rebound. That was 12, Aubrey Purdue, who just checked out of the game. She got the offensive rebound there, kept the possession alive. I thought Kruger did a nice job. Kruger did a nice job driving all the way to the lane. Nobody stopped the ball. She went all the way to the hole. Layup no good there. Good defense from Fosnight. Now Kruger had it tipped away by Moeller. Regathered there by Gillen. Gillen guarded by Moeller. Moeller playing really good defense. Ball tipped away, stolen there by Maddie Bailey, and the Tigers will get the possession. 1 minute to go here, first half. Conrad now has it, working against the man-to-man defense. Over to Moeller. Moeller now looking. She'll get it to Bailey, now over to Fosnight. Tigers being very patient offensively. Now to Bailey. Bailey looks for the cutter, not there. Over to Conrad. Conrad on the drive, up strong with a right hand, had it tipped out of bounds. And they'll say possession will stay with the Tigers. 39 seconds to go, 8-8 score here on the three-court scoreboard. Maddie Bailey to inbounds for Liberty Center. They'll kick it topside for Conrad. Conrad on the drive, back to Bailey. Swings it to Fosnight. Now Delta back in the zone defense. Good cut there from Bailey. Atkinson with a nice idea. Now Moeller tries to go underneath. Pass intercepted there by Martinez. And it'll be controlled by Annabelle Gillen. She'll cross the timeline. Good defense there by Maddie Bailey. Ball tipped out of bounds. Possession will keep it with the Panthers. 16.2 to go here. So the action really picked up here in the last couple minutes, Danny. See what happens here in the last 16 seconds. Now Kruger. Right side, stolen there by Bailey. 10 seconds to go. Conrad up ahead to Chloe Moeller. Moeller, right hand, and she's fouled by Mackenzie Kruger, and Chloe Moeller will go to the free throw line for the Tigers with 6.3, with a chance to give Liberty Center the lead. That was a really nice kick-up pass there. I don't know. Maybe Gabby Conrad on the pass there to Chloe Moeller. Moeller with a great catch in traffic, and she'll get 2 free throws. Moeller, first free throw on the way, misses no good. Some bigger bodies checking in now for the Tigers. Kenzie Fuller, Peyton Hageman checking in. Defensive substitutions. Fosnight and Atkinson will check out. Chloe Moeller will get another free throw. 6.3 to go here, second quarter. Moeller, second free throw. Rims back iron, no good. She gets her own rebound. 5 seconds to go. She's got it in the corner. Faces the trap. And a good steal there by Wise. Wise will throw up the shot, and it's no good. And that is how the first half will come to an end here at the Jungle. And a very, very high defensive affair and an 8-8 ball game. What a game. Both teams being very aggressive on defense, working with their hands, trying to force tip passes. They've done a good job of creating tough shots for their opponents thus far. Danny, we'll get to you a quick second quarter wrap-up. Not many shots there for both teams. So what do you got for the stats
Liberty
there?
only had 4 shots. They made 2 of them. Delta had 2 shots, didn't make either one. And then Moeller with the only 2 free throws. But again, turnovers still an issue. Delta had 7 and Liberty had 6.
Yeah, and rebounding category is going to be low, especially when there's some turnovers and you're not getting many shot attempts. So once again on the three-court scoreboard, it is all tied up here at the Jungle. And the JV action as Liberty Center and Delta are tied at 8 apiece. And we'll be back after a short halftime break.
As always, your support of Liberty Center Athletic District supports all Liberty Center athletes. The concession stand is open. Come on out and support your Liberty Center music boosters with the purchase of food and beverages.
Now the Panthers will swing it around. That's Martinez. She'll kick it right side to Wise. Wise finds the cutter. Kruger on the drive. Missed the layup, no good. Rebound is to Zintek. Atkinson now up to Fosnight. Fosnight pound dribble up strong with the right hand. Misses it, no good. Fights for her own rebound. And that is going to cause Addison Wise to step on the line. And it will give Liberty Center back the possession. Now Zintek looks, skip pass out to Atkinson. Atkinson now over to Crew. Fosnight. Fosnight tries to swing it to Atkinson. Does a good job of getting the loose ball. Bailey will get an open three-pointer. She drills it. Maddie Bailey, they call it a 2. But a good pass there from Hope Atkinson. Good pressure from the Panthers, but Atkinson able to grab the loose ball. Now Zintek will get a tip pass. Still pressuring the defense. Now it's off the foot. Bailey will get a turnover. Now Maddie Bailey on the drive. Jump stop up with the right hand. Misses it, no good. Rebound to Hope Atkinson. Crew thought about the 3. Kicks it over for Zintek. Now Bailey topside for Crew. Crew on the drive. She'll go up strong with the right hand. Layup no good. Just missed it. And then she rips the ball away from Delta. And the possession will go to Ellie Martinez. So a couple of good looks there for the Tigers. Just unable to get them to go. Working hard getting some offensive rebounds though.
We'll start with some shot attempts first, and we'll hopefully get some to drain through.
Tigers just switching all that weave action. Now Wise catches it on right wing. She'll drive baseline. Up strong with the right hand and gets it to go. Ooh, and I think she might have landed on a foot of a Tiger player as she's holding that left ankle. she does appear to be okay as she's helped off the floor. I just think it was one of those things where when she drove to the basket, she just stepped on a player.
Came down on a foot.
Yeah, great drive, though. Fosnight was kind of giving her the baseline, and she took it aggressively and was able to find her way to the basket to score. And I think, like I said, I think she just rolled her ankle a little bit. Maybe the trainer can get her taped up and see if she can get her back into the ball game. Now Zintek will get it into Crew. Crew up ahead to Bailey. Bailey all by herself. Up with the right hand. Layup no good. Gets her own rebound. Shot up no good. Fosnight on the rebound. Her shot up no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it'll be off the Tigers, and it will go to the Panthers. But once again, Tigers all over the offensive glass getting some shots. Now Mainhart will have it. Still driving with the right side there. Bailey on defense. Ball tipped away there by Atkinson. She hustles towards the scorer's table. Great hustle there by Hope Atkinson. It'll be out of bounds. Ellie Martinez will inbound for the Panthers. So Delta, after the referee had to fix something there, looking to inbound. Martinez looks. Gets it into, that is Keegan Gillen. Now a clean drive to the basket, up with the right hand, doesn't get it to go. That was Kruger on the drive. And then an offensive rebound gathered there by the Panthers, and they're going to get Grace Maynard on a travel, but man, very physical play down there. Both teams laying it on the line right now. DDK, they've been all over the place.
Yeah, they almost look like they have it a little bit more put together, but yeah, a lot more aggressiveness this second half.
Atkinson will trigger the three-pointer. It misses short, no good. Kruger on the rebound. She'll drive it up with the left hand. Stops, looks for a help. Crew on the steal. Crew on the breakaway. Crew runs into Gillen. Good defense there. Zintek will get the three. It misses no good. Maddie Bailey on the rebound. She'll kick it to Atkinson. Her three-pointer misses no good. And number 24 on the board, that's Keegan Gillen. She's had a nice game for the Panthers defensively and on the rebounds. Martinez now kicks it topside. That's Gillen. Gillen on the drive. She'll kick right wing now to Maynard. Ball knocked out of bounds there by Addie Zintek. Panthers will have the possession. 3:43 to go, third quarter. Score all tied up at 10 apiece. And a 5-second violation called as Liberty Center, aggressive defense, making it hard on the Panthers, getting in those sideline out of bounds. And the Tigers will force a turnover, and Gabby Conrad will check in for Liberty Center. Chloe Moeller also checked in for the Tigers. Atkinson now has it. Kicks it over to Chloe Moeller. Moeller over to Atkinson. Gillen tries to come up with the steal. Atkinson will corral it. She'll have it on the wing. Now kicks outside to Conrad. Conrad on the drive. Skip pass to Fosnight. Fosnight puts it on the deck. And a good defensive play there by Mackenzie Kruger. Read that baseline pass. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Tigers. Addie Zintek will inbounds. Sub coming in for the Panthers, number 2, Mackenzie Clapp. Checking out for the Panthers, number 4, Annabelle Gillen. Tigers will get this underneath out of bounds. Fosnight looks the screen. Zintek gets it into Fosnight. Loose ball on the deck. Once again, girls all over the floor for it. Hope Atkinson comes away with it to Fosnight. Fosnight on the drive. Doesn't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Doesn't go. Conrad's shot doesn't go. And Fosnight finally on the third attempt gets it to go. And the Tigers have about 6 offensive rebounds here in the quarter and are really making them count. Now a loose ball on the floor. Gathered there by Atkinson. Turnover forced by the Tigers. Chloe Moeller looking to run. Loose ball gathered there by Zintek. Girls once again on the deck everywhere. And now a loose ball through the hands of Fosnight out of bounds for the Panthers. Good to see her back in the game. That's Addison Wise. She was helped off the floor a couple minutes ago. Good to see her back in the game, DDK.
Yeah, the way those girls are going down, I was hoping no one was going to be getting hurt.
Yeah, there was a big collision down here the last time. Chloe Moeller, not a big girl, but she definitely gets ahead of steam on her. Tip pass there by Conrad. Out of bounds, keeps possession with the Panthers. 2:44 to go. Quarter number 3. Kenzie Fuller checks in for Fosnight. Maddie Bailey checks in for Hope Atkinson.
Yeah, and you were right, Phil. I don't know if I have it right. I have 5 offensive rebounds for Liberty. They could have 6. There were so many there at the few seconds it was hard to count.
Good job there gathering the pass. Martinez with the shot. Missed it, no good. Good job there by Kruger to get her own rebound. And the ball will be out of bounds, and it'll go to the Tigers. Yeah, Fosnight has had a couple where she had a look at it and then didn't get it to go. Conrad on an offensive rebound on that last possession as well. Her shot was unable to go. We've seen Maddie Bailey get a couple of offensive rebounds for the Tigers as well as Chloe Moeller gets called for the double dribble. Panthers will have the possession. Tigers lead at 12-10. Once again, stay with us after this game. We'll run the preview. Coach's preview is a turnover there for the Tigers. Zintek will have it. Crosses over, has it knocked away. And they're going to say off of a Tiger. Out of bounds to the Panthers. Sub coming in, number 12, Aubrey Purdue. Mackenzie Kruger to inbound here for the Panthers. She gets it in. Kenzie Clapp now. Left side to Purdue. Purdue tries to cross over. Good job there by Conrad. Purdue tries to get the loose ball. Conrad rips it away. Good bounce pass there to Zintek. Zintek cross-court pass to Fuller. Fuller puts it on the deck. Back to Zintek. Good ball movement by the Tigers. Now Bailey with it. Good bounce pass. Zintek layup good. Great rip through there by Maddie Bailey and a great bounce pass. Found a cutting Zintek for the layup. Now Clapp with it. 3-on-1 for Delta. Up for Gillen. Her layup no good. Rebound to Addie Zintek. Now Gabby Conrad will control. Conrad now over to Zintek. Zintek right wing. Guarded by Clapp. Now over to Chloe Moeller. Moeller right or left wing to Conrad. Conrad guarded there by Gillen. Good pressure defense by Gillen, and I think they're going to. Okay, I thought they were going to get a jump ball, but it's going to be a traveling violation called on Gabby Conrad. Good defense there by number 24, Keegan Gillen, who once again we've said has had a really nice game for the Panthers defensively and rebounding the basketball. Now Mackenzie Clapp will have it, working against Moeller. Clapp finds Purdue, left wing. Good drive there by Keegan Gillen. Her layup missed no good. Rebound inside to Purdue, but stolen away by Kenzie Fuller. Now Conrad will control the point. 1 minute to go here, third quarter. Maddie Bailey with it now, left wing. Looks for a cutter. Zintek opens up. Conrad now, right wing. Finds a cutting Maddie Bailey, kicks to Fuller. Fuller finds her way into a jump shot. Good block there from Mackenzie Kruger. Fuller got it back. Tip ball will be out of bounds and will go to the Panthers. So Gabby Conrad will check out. Hope Atkinson checks back in for the Tigers. Working against the press for Liberty Center. Kruger now tries to get it in. Good tip there by Moeller. Atkinson tried to run with the ball there.
Look like a football move there.
And Aubrey Purdue also had her hands on it, and it's going to be a jump ball called, and it'll keep the possession with the Tigers. That was kind of a funny play there. Atkinson she tried to run to go get a layup, but
she just grabbed the ball and just kept on going.
Atkinson will get the wide open three. It's good. Hope Atkinson cashes in on a three from the corner, and now the Tigers lead it by 5. Kruger now on it with the press break for the Panthers. Up to Purdue. Purdue working against Atkinson. She kicks it to Kruger. Kruger on the drive, up with the right hand. Missed it, no good. Maddie Bailey hits the deck hard. No call. As Addison Wise and Maddie Bailey completely collide. Maddie Bailey comes up smiling. Yeah. Thankfully, she's one of those really, really tough young ladies. She kind of came up smiling there. That was a really scary play.
Yeah, she was going up, and the other girl was coming down with her arm, and like right above her elbow, hit her right on the head.
Yeah, it looked like Maddie Wise just, tried to go up and get a rebound. I think Maddie Bailey had the position. I thought it should have been a foul call, but nevertheless, Maddie Bailey with just pure strength, and now comes down, gets a good look at a jump shot, missed it long, no good. Clap on the rebound for the Panthers. And that is how the third quarter will come to an end as Liberty Center gets some offense going there in the third quarter. DDK, something we hadn't seen really from either team.
No, I think the physicality kind of stepped up that third quarter. And I have a silly question. The ref signaled a tapping on the top of his head. What was that when Maddie went down? The girls were waiting for a call.
I'm assuming it's a play
there.
on. I mean,
okay,
I don't
that
know.
May have been what it was.
I'm not too sure. Like I said, both girls definitely went up for the ball, but I thought Maddie Bailey had the position and had more of the ball. So when number 32, Addison Wise, came in there, I thought maybe she would get a foul call on her. But nevertheless, great job there by Maddie Bailey to kind of absorb that contact and still find a way to get the ball to a fellow Tiger.
All right, yeah, for that third quarter, I have Delta making 1 of 6 from the floor. Liberty 4 of 16, so both teams have stepped up on the shot attempts. Turnover still an issue. Liberty with 5 and Delta with 8. And the rebounds have stepped up as well. More shots made, more rebounds.
And I think one of the big things we have to remember here, Danny, is the Tigers with a 7-point lead here. With the offense that we've seen and the defense we've seen, this 7-point lead might feel like the 27-point lead right now with the defense that we've seen here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good physical game.
So Delta will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. It'll be Mackenzie Kruger on the drive. Tries to kick it to Addison Wise, but the ball will be tipped out of bounds. And it will go to Liberty Center. So a turnover on the first possession for the Panthers. Not how you want to start the quarter. Hope Atkinson now will have it. Addie Zintek tries to go right back to Atkinson. Good steal there by Kruger. Layup up, no good. Good job by Hope Atkinson on the defensive side to make that shot be adjusted. Fosnight up with the left hand, and she's fouled by Addie Wise. Good pass there. Who was that? Was that Maddie Bailey on the pass to Aletha Fosnight? Good job there by the tight. I'll tell you what, Hope Atkinson did a really nice job down here defensively to make Kruger adjust her shot mid-shot.
Yeah,
not
she's
picking
been
up a
working her butt
foul.
off, yeah.
Hope Atkinson has had a great defensive ball game here tonight to go with the three-pointer there that she hit in the third quarter that was really big. She's also got 5 points as Aletha Fosnight rims out on the first free throw. Sub coming in for the Panthers, Annabelle Gillen.
Second one goes in for Fosnight.
Yep, sorry, I had to take a drink there. Kruger now across the timeline, working against that pressure from Zentek. There it is again. Zentek all over Kruger. Tip ball, and I think they're going to get a timeout, actually, granted to Coach Lamb, but really picking up the defensive intensity right now. All right, let's get some of those sponsors at you. 30-second timeout here. Saddler Meats, from our farm to your table, 734 South Perry Street in Napoleon, Ohio. Holgate Metal Fab with 14,000 feet of fabrication area. Holgate Metal Fab is shop fabrication you can count on. Gerald Grain Center is a farmer-owned cooperative with 9 locations here in northwestern Ohio. Pisanello's Pizza, a great family restaurant serving up delicious pizza subs, wings, salads, and a wide variety of appetizers right here in Liberty Center. Pam and Dick Leatherman. Swanton Welding has been providing our customers with the highest quality services for their metal fabrication since 1956. Back to action here in the fourth quarter. Delta will come out offensively out of the timeout. Tigers switch up defensively to a 2-3 zone. Kruger now with it, swings it over to Clapp. Clapp on the drive, has it knocked away. Gillen recovers, kicks it over to Martinez. Martinez saves it into Clapp. She dribbles it off her foot, and Atkinson will get the loose ball. And we'll kick it to Maddie Bailey, and the Tigers will control. Fosnight catching the paint, puts it on the deck. Doesn't force it. Good job there by Fosnight. Delta back to the man-to-man defense. Now Zintek. Now over to Hope Atkinson. Zintek puts it on the deck, over to Atkinson. Atkinson now over to Crew. Crew over to Bailey. Bailey now with it, working against Clapp. Over to Zintek. Zintek looks down low. Good pass. Good catch. Fosnight finishes the layup. Good. What a pass there from Addie Zintek. Led Aletha Fosnight right to the spot, and she was able to get the layup to go. Now Kruger on the drive. Had it knocked away from behind by Atkinson. Up to Bailey. Bailey catches the pass. Her layup up. It's good! And the Tiger barrage continues up 22-10. Panthers now trying to break the press. That's Martinez. Martinez working against Bailey. Bailey now forces the back pass. Zintek will guard against Gillen. Gillen once again, and another timeout by Coach Lamb. Once again, Tiger defense being very stingy, and DDK, stingy defense leading to some fast break buckets for the Tigers right now.
Yeah, and you see how, once those girls get settled in, how much better they play. I mean, at the end of the first quarter, it was Delta up 8-3, and now we're looking at a 22-10 over Delta.
Yeah, and I think right here in the fourth quarter has been kind of feasting time for this Tiger defense. You got a little bit of a lead. I think Coach said, hey, we can be aggressive. We have fouls to give. They came out. They've been very aggressive. We've seen Fosnight on a great pass from Addie Zintek over here on the right wing. And then we've seen the Tigers force some turnovers, get some really good layups on the other end. That pass from from Macy Crew to Maddie Bailey was absolute perfection. Led her right to the spot. Bailey with a great catch. Athletic play, able to score it, and the Tigers with a 12-point lead. We said 17, or 7 felt like a lot. Now it's up to 12.
Yeah, and only one foul in the second half so far.
So the Panthers got to have to settle down. The Tigers have kind of switched some defense around. They came out in man, they came out in zone, they came out in man. So credit Coach Weimer, who's really shifted out the looks as Hope Atkinson gets a steal. She's on the drive, up with the right hand, scores! And Hope Atkinson gives the Tigers a 14-point lead. Now Kruger. She'll control for the Panthers. Gets it over to Martinez. Martinez works against Zintek. Martinez spins, crosses the timeline. Zintek, great man-to-man defense there. Martinez still trying to find an opening. She drives.
Zintek just relentless.
Relentless on the defense. Once again, loose ball gathered there by Zintek.
Pays off.
She hits the deck. And now Hope Atkinson will control for the Tigers. Gets it over to Macy Crew. Crew now on the drive with the right hand. Spin back to Fosnight. Fosnight kicks it out to Zintek. Zintek, open three. Misses long, no good. Ball will be out of bounds to the Panthers. Boy, great look there if you're Addie Zintek. That's the shot you want. Great extra pass there. Fosnight had it, and she made an extra pass over to the wing, and Zintek was wide open, just unable to cash in on the shot. Now Kruger looks to beat the Delta press. Good job there by Maddie Bailey to get her hand on it. Crew will come up with the loose ball. Now Bailey thought about going underneath, didn't force it. Good job there by Maddie Bailey. Tigers will take it topside and control some time. Bailey now drives left baseline. Kicks it out to Crew. Ball tipped away there by Maynard, and it'll be out of bounds to the Tigers. Boy, Liberty Center has really poured it on here in the second half, leading it 24-10. Folks, this was a 8-8 ball game at the half, so the Tiger defense allowing only 2 second-half points thus far here in the game. Atkinson now will back it out to take some more time off, guarded by Gillen. Atkinson now to Crew. Crew, good tip there by Kruger, gathered by Zintek, now over to Macy Crew. Into Fosnight. Fosnight puts it on the deck. Now to Zintek. Crosses back to Atkinson. Tigers being very okay with taking some time off the clock here now. Comfortable 14-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go. Good job there by Ellie Martinez knocking it out of bounds. Tigers keep possession. So inbounds pass there to Zintek, and I think they're going to get Ellie Martinez on a foul. Kind of one of those, I think it impeded her path, so I think the referee kind of had to call it on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a touch, but, got in her way.
So Zintek now kicks it to Hope Atkinson. Atkinson now will kick it out, control. Trying to work some time here, working against Annabelle Gillen. Atkinson now crosses over. She'll kick it over to Zintek. Zintek kicks it into Fosnight. Fosnight gathers, puts it on the deck with the right hand. And not sure what happened. What happened?
I'm not sure. I was hoping it wasn't an offensive foul because Fosnight pushed with their elbow, but I didn't think it was that bad. So I don't know what that was.
Well, they looked like they went over to Addie Zintek and asked her if she was okay. So I don't know what the deal was, but nevertheless, good defense there by Delta to force a 5-second violation. Now Kruger will have it. She kicks it. Might have got away with the travel. Kruger tries to kick it up to Martinez.
That was a strong pass.
Just over the head. Zintek kicks it into Atkinson. Atkinson now crosses over. She'll cross the timeline there, guarded by Gillen. Atkinson always under control at the point there. Just a freshman, DDK. She looks comfortable out there controlling the point.
Yeah, very mature play for sure.
Zintek now kicks it over Maddie Bailey. Tigers once again will control the ball around the perimeter, just trying to burn some clock here. And a foul is going to be called. This one's going to be on Ellie Martinez. So Delta was still a few more fouls to give here, and I think they're going to get Mackenzie Clapp checked into the game. So Aletha Fosnight will inbounds. Bounce pass to Crew. Tries to save it in. Does save it in. Zintek inside. Atkinson outside. Atkinson did a good job there not to force the three. Kicks it out. Burns some more clock for the Tigers. Atkinson controls the ball out top. Guarded there by Gillen. Atkinson now dribbling out the ball. Resets the 5-second clock. Kruger now picks up defense. Bailey now controls it for the Tigers. Kicks it over to Crew. Crew back over to Bailey. Crew. Macy Crew drives. Ball tipped out of bounds. Off the Panthers. Keeps it with the Tigers. 27 seconds here to go. Man, how about the resiliency from this team here tonight, Danny? You struggle through two quarters, virtually two and a half quarters.
Yes.
No offense. Your defense stays true all game. You get some fast break opportunities, start seeing some shots go in. What a big win for this team here tonight, who really battled through some adversity to come away and just find a way to win here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a different ballgame in the second half of what we've seen in the first.
Again, we talked about it, an 8-8 game at the half. Danny, a 24-10 game now, so the Tigers only allowing 2 points in the second half. I mean, it's just been a dominant defensive performance here from the Lady Tigers tonight.
And I don't think Delta's defense has really dropped at all. I just think Liberty's offense has stepped it up a little bit.
No, 100%. Delta has played an extremely good defensive game. You hold a very good offensive Tiger team to 24 points. I mean, I think you do your job defensively. It's just, the Tigers were just maybe one step better defensively tonight, and that's going to lead them to this victory. So the Tigers are going to walk away with a 24-10 win. We'll get DDK to finish up his fourth quarter stuff here with us.
Yeah, we only had Delta with one shot in that fourth quarter. We had Liberty with 5, making 3 of them. And then Liberty had a free throw, making 1 of 2.
Yeah, so really, the stats, nothing really pops out at you too much. The Tigers, I think what really helped them propel in that third and fourth quarter was their ability to crash the offensive rebounds, which gave them some more shot opportunities. Danny, we talked about, I think, maybe 4 or 5 shot attempts for them just in that first half alone.
Yeah.
You force some turnovers and you get some offensive rebounds to give yourself some extra looks, and they really made them count there in that second half.
Yeah, but the turnovers were the big thing for that game. Delta still had 6 in that last quarter. Liberty had 2. But throughout the whole game, there was quite a few turnovers.
So definitely some things to work on, but defensive pressure was there constant all night. Once again, the Tigers take it 24-10 in the JV action. We'll take about a 19-minute intermission here, and we'll bring you the varsity game right after this. And for the Snowman on the call and DDK on some color and the stats and the techie stuff, it's always good night and good Tiger sports, and we'll keep it right here and bring you back for the varsity action.
Okay. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the varsity contest here. And as always, we open up with the Swanton Welding pregame, and we sit down with Coach Tim Davis and go over this week's little preview last week, holiday tournament, and this week he looks forward a little bit. So we'll go to the video with Coach Tim Davis.
Welcome back from a nice holiday break, and how's it feel to get back into everyday business again?
Good morning. It's good to be here. It's good to get through the holidays and kind of, eventually here we'll get on a normal schedule. Kids are back in school this morning, so looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting into the rest of the season, the league play, and see what happens.
I talked to you during the break a little bit, I think prior to the Springfield game, or maybe it was prior to your trip to the Jingle Jam last week, and I said, geez, Coach, it's been nice, a little vacation. You're like, man, we want to get back on a regular schedule. Yeah. Coaches are always looking to get back on time and get kids in a routine. And let's talk about what we've accomplished the last week and a half. We haven't talked in a bit, but you currently stand at 7-1. It's a record you've got to be really pleased with. Maybe reflect back. Pluto Blade comes out yesterday. We're number 1 in the Blade in Division III. I know that you're not into accolades or early rankings, but it's reflective of some of the good work that you've done. Talk about that 7-1 start generically. We'll get into the Springfield and Jingle Jam recaps, but you're 7-1. You're starting to get yourself, prepared in your league season. Reflect back on that 7-1 a little bit.
Yeah, I think with the veteran players that we had coming back, I think it was our expectation to be 6-0 going into that Jingle Jam. I think early on we've done a lot of good things. We've been able to get quality minutes from a lot of different girls and kind of see what they're going to be able to bring as we head into the new year and just getting going. Working on some things offensively. We've tweaked some things over the last couple weeks, and we'll continue to look at different things as we go forward. Going into, if you want to look back at that Springfield game, the last time we met, is a game that has a team that's got really good guards.
Yeah.
Our number one priority was containing the guard play of theirs, and we got off to a little bit of a slow start. Which is kind of, in a way, is good to kind of see how you're going to rebound from that. I thought our girls kept their composure.
Yeah.
The first time really all year they had been behind. So a really nice job by our girls to keep that composure and continue to do what we wanted to do, and I think we wore them down.
Well, Springfield, you started out 9-3, and you got what you wanted out of the press. You get into some of your different rotations, and you definitely can see where you and your coaching staff are trying some different things. You're trying to figure out some rotations as you prepare for the meat of your schedule. But, you got down. They went on a 10-0 run. No panic. You and I talked after the game. Sometimes in your history, you're pretty fiery getting after people, but I think the last couple seasons, you've known what you've had. You've got answers. You've got buttons you pressed, got that game under control. And we've seen Springfield over the last couple of years really provide a real challenge athletically. They've got some D1 players, some D2 players. We haven't gotten over the hump. We've been right on the cusp of beating them. It was nice then to control them in the second half and put them away.
We have a lot of games marked on our calendar, that we are looking forward to. Springfield's one of those. We felt like the last couple of years we let a couple games get away that we could have won.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they were very good the last couple of years, but a couple games we would like to have had back, against them. So it was good to knock them off. It's always good to beat a D1 school that is consistently pretty good.
All of us that know you so well saw you grow up. You were a great shooting guard on some really good teams back when you played. You're a fiery competitor, hate to lose, like your sister. You two were just really tough as nails that way. But over the last decade, you really kind of evolved as a coach. You used to be kind of a fireball, intolerant of this and that. You talked about that. I like that kind of coaching myself, but you've really evolved into not so much an intellectual coach, but you've kept those emotions in check. You've kept your kids very focused, and you've really yielded a lot of results. I mean, you used to yield a lot of results when you were fiery and building a program, but talk about how you've evolved a little bit, how you see the game and how you see adversity and tough times in a game where you're getting beat and you got to get kids refocused.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years have been a little bit different in the fact that...
But some of us like the fire, so...
and there's a time I think that's needed.
Yeah.
I think there's times where, it's just a conversation you have to have with girls. And, when you have a veteran group, though, they understand that. They know what they need to do.
Yeah.
They don't need, this group doesn't need that motivation as much as maybe other groups maybe needed. You go early back in my years. I think building a program, we want to build that foundation of we're going to work harder than you, we're going to be tougher than you.
Yeah.
And I think that's instilled in them at this point. And it's just a matter of making plays and understanding what's going on. And our girls, like I said, against Springfield, really handled the situation well. And was able to bounce back and play pretty good basketball after that quarter and a half, I thought.
Yeah, Emmy Gray being in these two, you've seen this group for so many years. It's just a comfort level with you and in this group for the years you've known them. Jingle Jam last week was your holiday tournament. You got to play in Cedar Point, kind of a big event. A lot of teams, a lot of really good teams. You got a chance to face New London and Anthony Wayne. You learned a lot about your team in those games. The New London game, Emmy Gray just had a phenomenal game for you. I thought that you guys were very competitive in that game, really good defensively. They did some things, trapped guards at the half court, got us gummed up a little bit, but you were able to push some buttons, find some answers. Talk about how you had to work through that New London game and some of the things you learned about our team in New London.
Yeah, well, New London game, we got off to a pretty good start. I think we were up 15-6 at the end of one.
Yeah.
Our girls came out. They were excited for the opportunity to play at Cedar Point and play against good competition. New London's a team that's a pesky team.
Yeah.
I would put
Yeah.
them kind of a physical inside type team that makes shots. But in our team that's I think won 18 games last year or something in that neighborhood, and they have high expectations. So got off to a good start there, which was good to see. And they clawed back in it. We kept our composure. Probably didn't play the best game we played all year, but I thought the biggest thing in that game was we had girls step up. You look at Emmy, who had 25 points, but I thought Bea Barrett was outstanding in that game, and she's a player that has really scored for us quite a bit lately.
Yeah. The
last couple of games, even in the Anthony Wayne game. And just getting production from different girls at different times, and that's going to lead us to the success that we have. Because teams are going to eventually we're going to play teams they're going to take away Emmy, and we have to have other players step up and make plays. And I think you slowly can see some of that as we grow. I think we're going to get more production out of our post players as we continue to go forward. We have to utilize them. So I think it's a game that overall we're really happy with. It's again a different routine. You're going there, you spend the night, that whole thing. So really happy with that performance against New London.
Came back the next day and got a chance to face one of the top teams in Division I, Anthony Wayne. We were talking about it last night a little bit, some of your takeaways. That game was really competitive for a while. It was a 19-17 game. They go on a 7-0 run before half. Our kids were pretty gassed because the effort and the energy you had to really. Of course, we lost Emmy Gherkin, I believe, in that in the New London game, which really screws with some of your your rotation. She's really have been producing for you. Good minutes, productive, good rebounder, having a great year. She'll be out 4 to 6 weeks with a hand injury, but that Anthony Wayne game, I thought, man, this is a great matchup for us. And you went hunting in the preseason on your schedule to find 3 or 4 or 5 of these to prepare you for the league. And Anthony Wayne, the second half, just that matchup zone got to us, and they're just a good basketball team, good size, deep, a lot of athletes. Talk about Anthony Wayne and the whole thing, start to finish.
Yeah, going into that, it's a different situation with the fact that you really have no time to prepare.
Right.
Because it's the next day. And when you're playing a team of that caliber of Anthony Wayne, which, as you mentioned, they're a top 10, maybe top 5 team in the state in Division I. Our girls, the main thing we wanted to get out of that was we wanted to come out and compete against a high level team, and there's no question we did that in that first half. As you mentioned, we had a 1 or 2 point lead with about 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they kind of went on a 10-0. I think it was like a 10-0 run. Something in that neighborhood, and got it to like a 7-point lead at halftime. But looking at that first half, and this is why you schedule those teams, is to be able to compete against, they start out 6'1", 6 foot, 5'11", 5'11", 4 of their 5 starters.
And can shoot and can run and defend.
They know how to play the game of basketball. They have a very high IQ. They can shoot it. Late in that first half, we were able to get some scoring opportunities. The Bender girl, who's a Division I college player, as a junior, she blocked a lot of shots.
She did,
and that bothered us a little bit as far as attacking their matchup zone, which was really good matchup zone and hard for us to score.
Yeah. Well, certainly leaving that Anthony Wayne game, I could tell your demeanor was, we accomplished a lot in this tournament, and I can tell you today at 7-1, I think you feel a lot better off than you were game one through game
well,
eight.
Scott, and I think what a game like that does, it kind of tells you what you need to work on too, and where our weaknesses are, and areas that we need to improve on to compete at the level that we want to compete at as far as the top of our league and advancing into the tournament down the road.
Well, now your preseason, although you do have a couple other non-conference games of Bluffton and Fairview, you get into the bulk of your league season. And, oftentimes you talk about preseason and prep. You want to win this league. We all do. I know you're a patient, one game at a time guy. We talked about it last night a little bit. This week we open up with Delta, and this Delta team was pretty decent last year, and you feel like they've made strides and improved. And as we wrap up this morning, talk a little bit about your expectations for Delta, some things they're going to bring to bear, and some things you're thinking through, and how you want to start your league season.
I think a lot of people talk about our league and the fact that it's kind of a 3-team, with the Brian, the PH, and us, but it's a lot more than that.
Sure it is.
Trust me on this, because Delta, Archbold, and Wasion are legit teams that can play.
Bad night by us. There it is.
I mean, Delta really lost one girl from last year, the Weber girl. They have the Munger girl back, and they have everybody else back. So they're legit contender and a team that we're going to have to play really well to have an opportunity to win. They've got some girls that also have come up from the JV squad from a year ago who are really shooting the basketball well, leading them in shooting a little bit. So that they spread the floor. They're not known for their interior. It's going to be more the three-point shot. They are mixing up their defenses a little bit more, playing some zone presses against teams and causing turnovers. So they have some athletes, and we need to make sure that we come out, we're focused each and every night, like I mentioned, and take care of business and do what we do and execute at a high level, no matter who we're playing.
Liberty Center 7-1 opens up league competition this week with Delta, and I know Coach Davis and the girls are ready to go, and wish you a lot of luck this week, Coach.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, we're back here at the Jungle and Liberty Center. I'm your host, Mark the Captain Bly, and on the call tonight, Mr. Spike Whitman on the play-by-play, and the coach, Greg Badenhop, on the color. Guys, Delta's going to be a formidable opponent. I think Coach Davis really felt like they're going to cause some issues here tonight, and I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I think for Coach Davis and the girls here, it's got to be exciting for them for this NWAL opener. You look back to last season, such a fantastic year, Spike, and they went on a nice tournament run. But if you ask Coach Davis, what's one thing you didn't get accomplished, I think he'd point right to the NWAL and those that loss to Brian, the loss to PH. And you're not going to get on a league title if you don't get off to a good start. And I think the message to the girls tonight is probably let's be 1-0 tonight.
In fact, let me ask you this as a coach. Last year, everybody pointed toward Brian. That was a big game, very talented. They went a long way in the state tournament run. But then a week later, they played PH. Now, do you ever run into this where you get a bit of a hangover effect?
Yeah. I mean, I think you saw that, and if you were at that game, it just wasn't the same Liberty team as maybe you saw the week before. And you talk to Coach Davis and having all his girls back, that's a maturity thing. Now, that's something this year I don't expect to see that. These are girls that are hungry. These are girls that understand what their role is. And I think if you listen to Coach Davis in that preview, one of the things that stands out to me as he has sort of talked about how he's calmed himself, and it's a lot easier to calm yourself when you have mature, experienced girls you're bringing back who also understand what it takes to either win a league title and win a game night in, night out.
Right. Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm excited about this one. This is a good matchup here. I think Coach Davis talks about the league being very balanced, and I think he's right. This is a team in Delta who brings back all but one player from last year. A lot of experience, a lot of capable scorers. This is going to be a good test here early for our girls, and I know Coach Davis and the girls are excited.
And we've got Emmy Gherkin out.
Yep.
So maybe that changes his rotation slightly.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the one thing. The one thing is we've had 9 girls. They all played, and they've all played, a great deal. When we take one of those out, it'll be interesting to see where that rotation goes here tonight.
All right, we're going to take a break here for the national anthem and play introductions, and we'll be right back after this.
On behalf of the Board of Education, the administration, and the athletic department
tonight's game,
schools,
we are pleased that you are here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with liberties and freedoms like none other. To honor the United States of America and all of our servicemen and servicewomen, both past and present, we ask that you please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, performed tonight by the Liberty Center High School Pep Band. Liberty Center High School and Delta High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct and competition. While the athletes in this game tonight are friendly rivals, all in attendance are reminded that this is a game between student athletes and that sporting behavior is expected. The officials have been chosen for this game in accordance with the bylaws set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your officials for tonight's game are Mr. Doug Deslover, Mr. Steve Spoon, and Mr. Bo Schimmel. And now let's meet our teams. First, the visitors from Delta High School. A 5', 11-inch senior, number 2, Grace Munger. A 5', 9-inch senior, number 12, Kate Freese. A 5', 7-inch senior, number 20, Alani Haas. A 5', 8-inch junior, number 22, Kendall Sproul. And a 5', 10-inch senior, number 30, Olivia Smith. Delta is coached by Kelsey Gillen, assisted by Brigham Weimer and Ryan Lamb. And now, for your Liberty Center Lady Tigers. A 5', 7-inch senior, number 1, Emmy Gray. A 5', 7-inch senior, number 2, L. Moeller. A 5', 7-inch senior, number 10, Nicole Keller. A 5', 9-inch senior number 13, Eliza Jones. And in the middle, a 5-foot, 10-inch senior number 54, Kaylee Blanton. Liberty Center is coached by Tim Davis, assisted by Josh Williams, Braylon Weimer, and Kristen Stacy. And now, tonight's
I see there's, out of the starter, 9 seniors tonight.
Yeah.
That, you said this was going to be a good one, and I can very well see with some of the returning names from Delta. Well, this is a good crackerjack game to start the NWOAL season.
I'll tell you what, Spike, nothing better than a pep band national anthem to get you fired up for a basketball game. Nothing like it.
Kaylee Blanton will jump center to open the game. 5'10" versus 5'10".
A lot of size on the floor here, Spike, for both teams. 5'10", 5'10", 5'9", 5'8", 5'7" for Delta across the front. That's pretty good for a starting five.
All right. Tip one in the backcourt, picked up there by El Moeller. El kicks it ahead. Keller puts it on the floor, left-handed, dishes off to Gray. Gray right side, down to the corner. Loads up Jones, in and out, no good.
Little set play to get things started there for the Tigers, running Eliza Jones to the corner.
Yep, Jones up. Well, we'll get back to that. Scramble out in front, a scrimmage. They get out of there, lob to the inside, grab, now knocked away by Keller. Good job there to deny that close down.
Interesting there, Spike, because the Tigers missed their first shot, but jumped right into full court pressure off the miss.
Yeah,
You could tell that's part of the scouting report here. Tigers want to get this game going up and down.
All right, Keller with a little overzealous defense with a push job from behind. Delta, of course, will get it out of bounds.
That'll be her first, team's first.
All right, inbounds. Way out on top, over to the right side. Looks underneath, posting up, stolen away by Jones. Her drive, three-quarter court, hesitate, shot, gone!
Good jump stop, good balance there by Eliza Jones on that finish.
Boy, you got to love that. They know that there's pressure there. Oh, we got a Gray reach in.
Two early ones here for the Tigers, Spike. That's something to keep our eye on. I know Coach Davis mentioned, in part of his scouting report, he wants the pressure, but they can't foul. They want to play defense with their feet, not reach. A couple early ones here on the Tigers. We'll see if that changes their aggression.
That's like your cake and eating it, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now brings it up. Pressured by Moeller. They get the double team. Lobs high. Gray steps in front, tips it away. Now gets the return pass from Jones. Left hand layup runner. It's good, and she's fouled.
Nice job defensively there. El Moeller, again, that man-to-man defense where she chases from behind and they bring a second defender is so hard to prepare for. El Moeller kind of doesn't get credit for that, but she caused that turnover with her on-ball defense.
This is rather elementary, but when you can in transition, it's a hot and heavy fast break, and you can switch and lay it up with your left hand, use your body to protect. The three-point play completed. Liberty Center on top, 5-0. Now pressure over on the sideline. And Moeller and Keller force a turnover, a little traveling music.
That's at least three or four turnovers here in the first minute and 8 seconds for the Panthers.
Yeah, all right up Tigers alley. Panthers in a man-to-man here. Come out on Keller. Keller drives, gets it down, turnaround, now spin move,
nice
drives
job,
inside.
Kaylee.
High Glasser, good! Kaylee Blanton scores.
Nice footwork right there
bucket.
by Kaylee on the block. Good patience.
Pressure in the backcourt, and we're going to get a third team foul. Was that second on Mole?
That's L's first.
Yep.
L's first. Again,
I'm sorry, her first.
Yeah, 3 team fouls here, Spike. A minute and a half into the game for the Tigers. It's just something to keep your eye on. Delta having a hard time against the pressure, but you also don't want to put them on the line.
Yeah, and that kind of takes the pressure off of them. Oh, no, El Moeller now knocks it away. Picked up there. Here comes Jones on the attack.
Nice
Lost
pass.
it over. Moeller, Glasser, God! Great court awareness there by Jones.
Delta just does not look comfortable, Spike, against this pressure right now. The ball's getting deflected
Look at
all
that.
over the place.
She out-muscled her for the ball. Long lob.
Nice.
The runner layup.
Gotta be a
Good
timeout. Gotta be a timeout by
Gray.
Delta. What a start by the Tigers. 5 turnovers forced in the first minute 56, Spike. I know Coach Davis talked about wanting to pressure. He wanted to get them to turn the ball over, and I think you're seeing Delta is extremely uncomfortable with that pressure in the front court, in the back court right now, having a hard time just getting it into the front court to get any sort of offense going.
You know, I loved it. Keller in the backcourt. That was vintage Keller.
Yeah.
That's a strong man's move. She literally yanked that ball away and used that superior athleticism to set the play up.
You know, and one thing that's fun watching these girls play, Spike, is you see those transition plays and the assists that they give to each other in those transition opportunities. There'd be a temptation to take that yourself and try to get fouled in an and one. They always make that pass to the opposite block or the kick ahead maybe. They do a fantastic job in their transition offense of playing off of each other.
Yeah, Liza traded an 8-footer for a quick pass and a 2-point layup. So Tigers in business right now. Gray with 5 to lead the way so far. Scoring is spread out. Now pressure in the backcourt. They lob ahead, get it down along the outside and back out front. Here's the lob. Right wing 3 on the way. It's going to be long, no good. Backside rebound grabbed by the Panthers. In trouble. The guards coming way out on the ball. Dribble penetration. Little flip too long. Gray on the backside pulls it off.
A little
She's
Delta
doubled.
pressure here.
Yep,
Delta
over to
their own
Keller.
pressure.
She'll get it right back to Gray, and Gray will bring it across the timeline. Gray on the attack, left elbow, kicks it to Jones. Jones, nothing there. They take it around the horn. Moeller to Gray. Jones comes out. Keller flips it to El Moeller. El Moeller looks for Blanton inside. She was covered up. Tigers patient now. Working the perimeter. Now down low to the low block. Little reverse layup. It's up. Oh, what a great shot. What a grab of what was there. Didn't go.
Oh, on who?
And
On who?
Eliza Jones, I imagine, will get the foul call.
Nope,
No,
that's gonna be on
it
Delta.
was offensive.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
So tell me how that worked with Jones. Did she have position?
I think he thought she had a right to the ball more so than the Delta girl because she kind of cut her off. Delta girl kind of initiated that contact. That's a good call. Second foul there. That's 2 on Kendall Sproul for Delta, the junior.
All right, Keller now.
Tigers yet to sub here.
Sets it up. Gray left point. Nothing there. Works off a pick.
Nicely
now
done.
Pick and roll and give it off. It's up and it's good! Kaylee Blanton. Boy, that looked like a couple of college players.
Nice little ball screen and roll there. Good set coming out of the timeout there for Coach Davis.
Here's a drive. Left hand down the lane. Throws it up and she is fouled, I imagine, by Blanton.
Yep. Blanton's first, team's fourth. That's Grace Munger on the attack there. They're going to call it on the ground. And Dell's going to take it out of bounds here. And here they come. Here comes the reinforcements for the Tigers. They're going to be Barrett, Gracie Miller, and Molly Perry all checking in for the Tigers. El Moeller, Nicole Keller, and Liza Jones will have a seat.
All right, with Nicole Keller out, let's see. Will that be Miller assuming the point guard?
Yeah, I would think
Here's
so.
the lob. The runner blocked by Perry, but Perry, they claim, got a hand on the wrist. So
and now we're at 4:36 mark. Mark this down. We're now in the bonus. So Delta will be in the bonus for the last 4.5 minutes. This is a time we'll see if Coach Davis decides to maybe change up the defense a little bit, maybe go to a little bit more of a zone look or something, just to try to maybe avoid the one-on-one contact a little bit that they've had here through the first 4 minutes.
Right, they press so well and they press often, but again, this may be just a time to.
Yeah, and they've been under man-to-man press to this point. So even if they are pressing, maybe they go to that little three-quarter court, trapping one they have. Well, we'll see. See what Coach Davis decides to do.
And that's another one they do so well. Now stolen away. Shot, point-blank range, no good. Gray in the backcourt. Pushes it up left-handed, fires ahead to Barrett. Barrett now turns and goes with the left hand, attacks, spins away from that, flips it outside, skip pass outside to Gray. The Tigers start all over. Gray, hand off to Miller. Miller over to Perry, deep right wing. Perry drives to the baseline, cut off there. Gray loads up three.
Bang.
Bingo, baby!
Nice set right there. That little comeback hammer screen set for Emerson Gray. Outstanding job. She's up to 8 points here already in this quarter.
Wow.
Another turnover. Another turnover here. Tigers with the 16-0 lead 4 minutes in. Boy, it's clicking on both ends of the floor right now, Spike. Good defense, turning them over, knocking down shots. Pretty thing to watch.
Yeah, we'll see now. Delta stays in that man defense. Tigers switch it around. Posting low is Blanton. Tigers work the perimeter with Perry. Miller goes left-handed, seals it, now flips back to Blanton after the double team. Down to Barrett. Barrett tries to save it. It slides out of bounds. Great idea.
Nice job by that Delta defender there to slide down, take away the block. I believe the wing was open there, but Kaylee saw the block was open, and the Delta defender closed it down quickly.
All right, pressure in the backcourt for Miller. Switch hands, gets it across, double team there. Gray now comes up with the steal. Gray pulls up, kicks it across. Perry to Miller. Miller up, takes the baseline on the left-hand drive. Shot block. Barrett in there battling for the board. Ooh.
Good take by Gracie Miller there. Just got a shot blocked. That's a good take, though. Good shot fake, good attack.
Now, another case of using the left hand to beat your man on the drive. Double team pressure, turnover. Picked up Perry. Perry out lobs to Miller. Miller one dribble, hesitates, flips it back. Perry grabs. Perry turns it up, draws a personal foul.
I think Gracie Miller might have just taken a charge on Molly Perry there. I'm not sure. I think we're getting so good on defense. We're starting to play defense on offense now. That's the third foul on Delta here in this quarter. First free throw,
Perry
no good.
Fires, no good.
El Moeller going to check in here for Emerson Gray.
Perry, a 50% free throw shooter, coming in.
See what kind of defense after this free throw here. See what kind of defense the Tigers jump into. If they go to something a little more zone-based or they stick to this man-to-man, being in a little bit of foul trouble here.
Perry hits the second. Tigers up now 16-0.
12, Kate Freese returns for the Lady Panthers.
They're going to stick to the man-to-man here.
Pressure in the backcourt. El Moeller now. Ooh.
Another turnover.
El pressured her, got a tip on it, and they.
That's 10. That's 10 turnovers, Spike, in 5 minutes of action. Just an outstanding defensive effort to this point. Ooh.
All right, flip back to L. Barrett out on the wing, gets it up high. Now down low to Blanton. Blanton turns, fires, has Barrett. Barrett fires three. That's going to be long. Tipped out of there by Miller on a great save to Moeller, and back to Perry. Over to Barrett. Now Barrett fakes right, goes left.
Yep, good call. Kaylee there. Kaylee was just camped in there a little too long. I think she got caught ball watching just a touch as that ball got moved around the perimeter. Maybe just needs to take a little step out and back in. But nonetheless, Tigers are going to take this 17-0 lead, Spike, and here you go. For the first time, you're seeing a little bit of zone here. This little three-quarter court the Tigers are in.
Yep, they'll try to trap that somewhere around half court.
Ooh.
Now bounces off. They missed it. Now Moeller kicks it back. Miller to Perry. Deep on the wing. Perry goes with a hard dribble to the baseline.
Take,
squares up.
Going to call a travel
and
on that step
she
through.
might have drug a foot.
Yeah.
You know, the 3-second call, a call you read about but seldom ever see anymore.
Yep.
Are the players that good that they know to get out of there, or is it?
It's one of those, Spike, that I don't know. You almost you almost never see it, so you don't really. I mean, you do coach it, but you don't. You know what I mean? You want your, especially your post players, you want them working down there. You want them fighting for position. If they hang out for a second too long, sometimes you just got to live with that.
Yeah. All right, Delta will have the ball. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first. Looking for their first score.
Tigers in the zone here. Half-court zone for the first time.
Yeah, long three. That's going to be in and out. Delta with 10-foot long rebound. Pivots. Moeller now pressure in the middle. Nice job. Jones moving off, going with the ball. Now the fake inside. That shot up, no good. Barrett gets position, pulls down the board. High lob ahead, tipped away, and Delta with the good stop.
You know, as I'm kind of looking through this, Spike, I'm pretty sure that Delta's got more turnovers and shot attempts right now because it just seems like they're just not getting the ball up on the basket at this point.
Well, and they came in at 4-4, so not an inept team by any means.
7 shot attempts to 10 turnovers right now for Delta. They're gonna have to take care of that basketball. It's gonna be all the coach is gonna talk about here. There's a turnover.
Yep, stepped in front, stole the ball, the drive, one-on-one, a little running hook, no good.
Here we go.
Jones on the rebound. We got a 2-on-2. Here's Perry, kicks it back to Barrett. Barrett up fakes. Barrett penetrates,
nice
now kicks it out. 3 on the way, long, no good. El Moeller runs it down with the ball. I believe landed on the end line, so it'll be Delta ball with 1:08.
Good offense right there. Good offense. Got attacked in transition. Bia Bear got to 2 feet, kick out to a wide open 3. That's good offense.
Now Barrett, I'm sure, wanted the 2 points, but had a better look to the outside. Now the flip down.
Yeah, this is that's the 12th turnover now of the first quarter here for Delta. You just, as a coach over there for Delta, it's harder, easier said than done, but you just need to tell your girls to slow down a little bit. You got 10 seconds. Our girls, Liberty girls, do a very good job of speeding you up. You have to try to slow yourself down a little bit in order to break the pressure. Kind of sounds counterintuitive, but that's how you beat pressure.
All right, all 5 Delta players up near half court. Now they fall back, but Liberty Center breaks that with efficiency. Yep, spoke too soon.
Yeah, the turnover bug biting the Tigers here a little bit towards the end of this second quarter, Spike. They got out to the 17-0 lead quickly, but turned the ball over a little bit too much here towards the end of the quarter.
Yeah, and I think that may have been something they need to continue to work on.
Another turnover. That's 13.
They have had, in a few games, a little turnover issues. So.
Yep. Yeah, I know Coach Davis has talked about that being one thing that, when you're having success, you always looking for ways to get better. I know that's one way he's talked about, Spike, limiting those turnovers, getting more quality shots.
Now, more on that in a minute. All right, handoff now. Gray brings it around. Finds Perry. Perry to the baseline. On now the spin dribble. Kicks it outside. Gray for 3. Gray for 3! Pow!
Tell you, that hammer screen so hard to guard right there. Nice job by the Tigers.
Wow. Gray with 11 points in the first quarter already. Here's the drive. Pull-up jumper. 10-footer off the glass. Good. Vintage 1956. Pass ahead. Here's Perry. Spots up. Baseline, goal!
Just like that. Great job.
Wow.
Got that ball out of the basket after a made bucket. Emmy Gray kicks it ahead to Molly Perry. Good job right there by the Tigers closing out that quarter.
Hey, while we got a break here in the quarters, we want to thank our sponsors because these guys make this possible. KK Collision, the leader in the automotive repair industry, been doing that right here in Northwest Ohio for 27 years. Meyer Badenhop Insurance since 1933. Northwest Ohio's been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. It's STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. The Affinity IT Group, cybersecurity managed services for your company's demanding computer needs. 3-chord, sign it, sew it, screen it, promote it. Davis Farm Services, that family-owned agronomy business, serving Northwest Ohio farmers for well over 50 years. Swanton Welding, they've been providing their customers with the highest quality metal fabrication since 1956. Pam and Dick Leatherman, Leatherman Farms. Pisanello's Pizza, that family restaurant right uptown Liberty Center. Pizza subs, wings, and salads. The Gerald Grain Centers, that family-owned cooperative with 9, farmer-owned cooperative with 9 locations, one right here in Liberty Center. Holgate Metal Fab with 14,000 feet of fabrication area. Holgate Metal Fab is the shop that you can count on. And last but not least, Sattler Meats, from our farm to your table.
Story of that quarter's got to be those turnovers, Spike. Got to
Yeah.
be the turnovers.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Liberty 9 for 15 in the first quarter, Spike. Delta 1 for 9.
Liberty, a transition-type team. All right, they get it outside to Blanton. Blanton tries to kick it down low, and that's stripped away, and Delta will come up with the possession. Tigers trying to put on pressure. Good job of handling the ball to bring it up. Now they get the double team. Stepping over is Nicole Keller. Got her hand on it. Now, in the press, utilized in different ways. But there is a role for everybody when you set up a press. It isn't the two people double teaming. It's 3, 4, and 5.
Yep. You got to rotate behind the pressure.
All right, they go up high. A little give and go. That ball knocked away. Barrett in there digging for it. Comes out of there with the rebound. And
simultaneous possession should not go to a travel there. That's
yeah, and I don't think she ever had full possession. Well, it doesn't matter.
Nope,
That's
it doesn't.
what they called, and that's what we'll do. All right, lob across. Blanton got a hand on it. Now dribbles out front. Blanton puts on pressure as a point guard.
Oh.
Keller, her very meaningful defense in her face. Now trying to dribble out. Tigers puts on that man and a half on her.
Oh.
Jones read it, tried to get a hand on it close. That ball may have been tipped on the shot. That's short. And Gray on the rebound. Gray hammered twice. Gets it out of there ahead to Keller. Now up court. Here's Jones. Pull up. No, gets it across. Barrett. Dribble. Gets inside. Pangs. Gone!
I'm not sure if Delta's trying to pressure. I'm not sure what they're doing. But on that rebound spike, they have 2 or 3 girls that are still there kind of swatting at the ball, and Tigers just taking full advantage down the other way.
Look at Gray. Gray on a steal. They knocked it away. But her foot hit the sideline. That'll be turned back over to Delta.
Go back to that first quarter spike. I know we talked about Delta having those 13 turnovers the Tigers forced, but, Liberty had 7 of their own. So that's got to be something that Coach Davis is talking about here. Great job forcing 13, but you don't want to see 7 on your side of the ledger.
Now, let me ask. We are a transition team. This is the 3rd year now in a row we've been a transition team. We thrive on steals. We thrive on causing turnovers. Does that also relate to a more loosey-goosey offensive type of play when you're out there?
If you ask a coach, no. Emerson
Oh,
Gray
boy!
again.
Gray with her 3rd triple. She is hotter than a little red wagon right now.
14 for Emmy.
Here's the drive, the kick, 3-pointer from the wing. That's going to be no good. Keller muscling her way into another rebound.
There's that pressure again.
Yep, lobs it ahead to Jones. Jones finds Gray. Back to Jones, deep right wing. Gray looks inside, posting up, strong power move, drop step, the bucket, good. Blanton, a force inside.
Tigers firing on all cylinders right now.
Pressure, bounces. Delta does a good job to recover. Double team, stolen away by Barrett. Barrett kicks it ahead. Now the drive right down the lane. Keller going to the rim. Bucket. No, a ball hangs on the rim and falls away, but she'll draw a personal.
Tigers just, I can't overstate this enough. They are overwhelming right now with their defense. It is swarming. They're doing a very good job of not fouling. The Delta Panthers right now just struggling just to get the ball up to the rim. The Tigers defense just phenomenal to this point. And maybe the most impressive part here, we had 5 fouls with 4.5 minutes on the clock, I believe, in the first quarter, and they have maybe had 1 foul since then while keeping the pressure up. So very disciplined effort on the defensive end out of the girls.
Keller, a 72% free throw shooter, hits both ends of that, so she continues her fine charity stripe tosses.
Tigers going to jump into the little 3-quarter court here, sticking to the little zone press.
Yeah, Jones, the point man there. Pass across into the corner.
Not where
they
you
get
wanna
the
be.
double team. Knocked away, and there's Jones, the 4th player, reads the play, follows it up. Blanton to Jones. Now the 3 on the way. That's going to be in and out, no good. Jones had a hand on it. It'll go out of bounds. There was the role playing in the press. It was the 4th player that followed the rotation in the back, and Jones came up with this interception. All right, Jones out front, lob to the baseline. Dribbles away from a double team. They get it to the post, now to the wing. 3 on the way. That's going to come up short. Blanton on the uncontested rebound.
Good pressure release there by Delta, getting the girl to the middle of the floor.
Look at that little behind-the-back stuff, a little jostling. Keller out-muscles that.
Oh.
Finally, the foul on Delta.
Delta looks like maybe they've just decided, you know what, if they're going to pressure, we're going to pressure, try to turn it up here a little bit.
Yeah.
Substitutions for the Tigers, 2. L. Moeller.
So L. Moeller, Gracie Miller going to return to action here. Liza Jones and Nicole Keller will take a seat. Yep.
All right, around to Gray, top of the key. Gray puts it on the floor with the left hand, forced to give it up. Tigers move it around. Perry on top to Gray. Gray down low. That time they got a hand in there and knocked it away from Blanton.
Nice job by Smith there from Delta, getting around, working around Blanton there.
Pass, flips down.
Man.
As a blow block player, do you have time to actually come up and take away that? That's hard to do.
It's very hard to do. Yeah, and as a post offensive player, you want to hold that body and hold that seal as long as you can.
I see. Okay. Oh. Now the lob. Nice job by Miller to read that. Bounces ahead to Moeller. Moeller back to Gray and out to Moeller. They set it up. Gray over on the left wing. 2 dribbles. They take it right back out on front. Gray's going to go man-to-man. She'll run her up and draw the foul.
You know, I've mentioned this in previous broadcasts. Again, for Elle Moeller, I'd like to see her square up right there and get her eyes to the rim and look to attack. She's so athletic. She's so quick. She doesn't use that to her advantage on the offensive end as often as I feel like she should, Spike. And that right there, Spike, that's going to be 32-2. That's a 30-point advantage on the 3-chord scoreboard up there for us. And it looks like a 30-point game to this point.
Yeah.
Our Tigers have been playing very, very well right now.
Emmy Gray, second one missed. Tigers, Blanton recovers. Gray has it. Now works down to the corner. El Moeller for 3. That was on target, a little long. Ball kicked around, bounced around. And it rolls a little too far for Liberty to run and catch up, but they're going to rule it white ball.
Mm-hmm.
Moeller puts it in play. Tigers all 4 corners. Miller breaks through to the top. Now lob inside. May have been tipped.
Yeah, I believe that pass was deflected there, Spike. And maybe just a second late. L broke open, but a good job by, I think that might have been Smith there for Delta, kind of showing on the help and getting the steal.
All right, so the Panthers now across the timeline. Liberty Center's defense now has fallen back into a zone. Panthers look around from the outside. Outside the elbow, nothing there. Kick it to the wing. Long skip pass to the right side. Puts it on the floor. Kicks it across. Gray there for the high interception. Puts it on the deck, bringing it up. Pushing ahead. Kicks it over to Perry. Perry down to Miller. Miller with that nice little move. Miller used that left hand, got around the corner, got up a shot under pressure, but
I'm not sure what he saw there. She stepped through, a little left to right step through, which you're allowed to do on any finish, on any layup. Got the ball up in the air, and I guess he thought maybe one too many in there.
Well, everybody's got their little pet call, and I think he likes the wheel and deal with the arms. All right. Across the timeline, that ball kicked by Miller. It'll go out of bounds. Delta will retain. Liberty packing in the defense. They'll lob out there. Bounce, drop, picked up by Gray. Lobs ahead. El Moeller turns the corner, lays it up good, and an intentional foul, or a flagrant, I guess, if you will.
That's a flagrant in today's world.
Yeah.
And I believe what he saw there was unnecessary action. Yeah, so push in the back unnecessarily after the play had already essentially kind of resolved itself. That foul is on 23. That's Ashlyn Lamb.
I don't believe it was meant intentionally to hurt her. I think it's just the flow of the game. You never elbowed anybody when you played, did you?
No, I'd have other people do that. I wasn't big enough to elbow anybody, Spike.
Oh, it was the other guy.
1 out of 2.
And that one's good by Moeller.
Substitution for the Panthers. 3. Grace Munger.
Yeah, I think they missed a free throw here because it was and one. She shot the two technicals.
I don't know how that works. That's a good question. I don't know if that actually you get that
Oh,
last
they
one.
flip it inside and rolling around off the pick, rolls around Gray, takes the inbounds and lays it in. 37-2.
17 for Emerson Gray to this point.
And Miller going down the lane with the drive and picks up the body foul.
You know, and something that I haven't got a chance to talk about a whole lot here is you're not to the second half, but 35 points is going to get to a running clock here in the second half. If Delta's unable to get under 35 before halftime, we'll start the second half with the running clock. Boy, that's something you don't see a lot, especially in league play. You don't see that a lot, but it's maybe a testament here to how well our girls are playing to this point.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're seeing the floor too. That is really all right. Ball bounce around. Moeller grabs it off the carom and beating the press. They get it to Keller. Keller turns the corner, drives down the lane, flips now to Perry. Perry right back to Moeller, tipped away off Delta. Liberty has it.
2:41 to go here, Spike, on the three-court scoreboard.
Now let's see what Liberty can do out of the half-court offense here. Moeller sets up way deep on the right wing. Barrett pops out. They work the perimeter. Flashing through is El Moeller, nothing there. Here's Perry looking to drive, changes directions, flip back Miller. Miller penetrates.
Nice.
Now back, now an up fake. There's your drive. You love it. You got to love it.
Good
it didn't
offense.
go, but a great idea.
Good offense.
Yep. All right, flipped up. Perry got a hand on it, stripped it away, and Keller recovers.
Yep.
Keller in the backcourt draws a personal foul. On many occasions tonight, we've seen Keller, a great job, leads the team in assists from her point guard spot, but she sees the floor and she's strong.
She's very
she can
strong.
make things happen. She's the extra play that doesn't go into the record books.
She's
Just does a fine job.
extremely strong for a lead guard. You know, usually lead guards a little bit on the smaller. From a strength standpoint, they're usually not exactly strong.
More like a wussy dinkle.
Whatever that is, sure. But that is not Nicole. She is a strong lead guard. That is for sure. Gets 1 out of 2.
Miller got the good shooter's roll. 38-2 with 2 minutes left.
Tigers going to fall back into half court here.
All right, pressure from Perry. Tigers in a man. Ball tipped away. Nice job by Keller using that muscle. And saved on the sideline. Miller gets it ahead to Barrett. Barrett kicks to the corner. Perry loads up long three. Too long. Battled for. Keller on the offensive rebound. Why am I not surprised?
You know, Spike, as you watch Delta here on the offensive end, they're spending so much energy and effort just to make passes and get the ball into a certain. It comes a point where, as a coach, you got to tell them, listen, we got to get our eyes to the rim, and whatever happens. You got to get some shots up there. They're spending so much time laterally trying to relieve pressure that it's actually causing more turnovers than doing good. And it's very hard within the moment for anyone to understand that. But when you play laterally and don't attack, you spend so much energy just trying to relieve pressure. You never really think about scoring.
Yeah. Well, and on the other side of the coin, we've seen several Liberty players take that mindset and they charge.
Yep.
They attack.
Yep.
It looks good. All right, both free throws good. Flipped inside. Barrett gets in there, toughens things up, knocks it loose, and we have a battle for the ball scrum, and it'll belong to Delta.
Delta's battling, but you can tell there's some frustration out there on that court as well.
Yeah. Nice job by Liberty Center to read that roll off the pick. They get the shot up inside. It'll roll good.
Katie Freeze, senior, gets a bucket.
Freeze has been a Delta name for a number of years.
Oh.
Now lobs. Perry with that superior strength and body control comes away with the ball. Miller loads up three. Back iron. That's a long rebound. Barrett got a hand on it. And good call. An official on top of it. Barrett earned.
I tell you what, we had a good view of that one. She tracked that thing down from the time it hit the rim from about the opposite block to the opposite three-point line. Nobody else was getting that ball but her. Nice job by Bia.
All right, under a minute now. Jones finds Barrett top of the key. Right back to Jones. Jones finds a flashing Miller. Her drive to the basket. She was jostled. Didn't go, and here comes Delta. Fires ahead a little bit too strong.
And there's another case, Spike, just maybe getting sped up just a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
That was the right pass. It was the right play, but going so fast, it just wasn't able to complete it.
Yeah, and Liberty Center has learned that. A very much improved ball handling team in the last 2 years.
Yep. Hell, send Liza Jones to the line.
Smith, her first. At the line of shooting 13, Jones.
Jones, a 50% free throw shooter. That good backspin rotation. Clean as a whistle.
You can see that rotation from up here, can't you?
Oh, that's sweetness. Nice. And there it was again. That's 95% free throw shooting there. That's good stuff.
42-4 here on our three-quarter scoreboard.
Miller a little bit of body up and made that shot twice as difficult. It goes up no good. Delta keeps the ball. 22 seconds. Looks. Cut off there. They get it inside. Shot won't go. Keller on the rebound. Switches hands. Pushes up. Directs traffic. Now flips to the wing. Perry back out front with 10. Jones down to Barrett. Barrett goes with the left hand. Spin move. Attacks the basket. Puts up a shot. It's blocked.
No foul. Don't foul.
And
that'll do her.
The buzzer ends this first half. Liberty Center on an onslaught, 42-4.
What an impressive first half of defensive basketball and offensive basketball, for that matter, in the Tigers League opener here.
Wow.
All right, we're going to take our halftime break once again on the three-quarter scoreboard. It's Liberty Center 42 and Delta 4. And with that, everybody, we'll be back right after this halftime break.
All right, hey, Lewis, bring it back. A reminder that at all home boys and girls basketball games, you can enter for the Liberty Center Winter Fundraiser, the Puck for Cash, an opportunity to win $500. Take home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have it's a red ticket. 6, 7, 4, 8, 1, 2. The winning ticket. 6, 7, 4, 8, 1, 2. You got the winning ticket. Bring it to the scores table. We'd like to thank the boys basketball team members tonight for their help in selling tickets. I know many of you were accosted before you even got to the doorway. Low level harassment on their end. 6, 7, 4, 8, 1, 2. You got the winning ticket.
All right, we're back here, halftime from the Jungle and Liberty Center once again, 42-4. Greg, you know, the defensive show that everybody's getting is worth the price of any ticket. But before we get into some halftime stats, I do want to mention something that happened today at a bowling match. Our boys bowling team bowled the first ever 3,000 pin series for high school bowling.
That is unbelievable.
3,000, guys. You're talking about 2 regular games, 5 bowlers, and then 3 Baker's games. And in Baker game, I think it was number 3, they had 10 strikes going for a 300 and end up with a 9.
I tell you what, if you took an over-under on how long it would take me to knock down 3,009 pins, Mark, it'd be a pretty high number.
Yeah, that was just crazy. So great performance. The boys are now 8-0 and moving into, I think they're 5-0 in the, or 6-0 in the league.
Impressive. That is impressive.
All right, but let's get back to basketball here.
Yeah,
Some of the stats.
Yeah, I mean, Mark, you look at this, and it's 42-4. Tigers have played very well. The stats aren't going to do any sort of lying here. The stats are exactly what you think they would be. You know, the Tigers shooting 46% from the floor, 14 of 30. But you get to Delta, I mentioned it in the first quarter, Delta with 22 first-half turnovers. 22 first-half turnovers, 16 field goal attempts. And they made 2 of those for 12.5%. But, I mean, the percentage doesn't even really matter at that point, Mark, when you've only gotten 16 shots up and turned the ball over 22 times. I know Coach Davis mentioned in the scouting report, play defense with our feet, pressure them. We think we can turn them over. boy, he wasn't lying. 22 turnovers and a half is impressive.
Yeah, and Spike knows this. I love this stat. 30 field goal attempts to 16.
Yeah.
Yes, you've always.
Well, hey, it ain't going to go in if you don't shoot it.
Well, and you look at you look at 30 field goal attempts to 16 and 15 free throw attempts for Liberty to 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, you talk about shots just on the rim, getting them up. I mean, the Tigers are just getting significantly more shots, and Delta, as I mentioned before, they're spending so much energy breaking the pressure, and now I'm sure Coach Davis will be mostly in a half court here. But even in our half court, our defense is very, very good, and it takes so much energy for Delta right now just to get an open shot of any sort that running offense is the furthest thing from their mind.
Yeah, that's a great observation that you made, because that is absolutely, if you watch that first half again on our on-demand tab, that's exactly what you're going to see. The ball, the rotation, no look at the basket. Yep. They weren't even facing the rim.
Yep.
In most of that. So, all right, we're getting underway here. Once again on the three-quarter scoreboard, 42-4 Liberty Center. And I think, as you said, Greg, we will be under a running clock, which is, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Delta with possession.
Same
Tigers
starters,
in a man-to-man. Now stolen away by L. L on a drive. Throws it up, and there's going to be a body foul, apparently. I don't believe she got her arm.
So, Spike, this is something to be interesting here. So now you watch that foul that happened at the 7-minute and 52-minute mark, okay?
Wow.
7:52.
Yeah.
Now watch how much time is going to go off the clock on this 2-shot free throw. This is where the running clock really, you're going to see it save, and this half is going to go extremely quick.
So we'll be home by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to go.
Drinking a soda.
It's going to go real quick.
El Moeller with a little hanger on the front iron, and it pulled itself right on over and down. She'll get one more. High archer, front iron, rims around. Jones got a hand on it, gets the O board.
38 seconds there on that 2 free throws went off the
clock. Wow, I guess. Tigers work the perimeter. Now the lob down low, turn around, up and good. What a post move down low by
Kaylee Blanton.
Kaylee Blanton, yes. Okay. All right, screen out front. Now they try a little backdoor baseline jumper, 10-footer, rolls off, backside board.
Block.
Challenged by Blanton and knocked away. Blanton, by the way, leads the team with 9 blocked shots.
She's an intimidating presence down there, Spike, when she's not in foul trouble. She's aggressive at it. She's good at it.
Yeah, and I think, a drive down the lane, got up and in and scored. 45-6. But she's got her low post play has been a lot better this year.
Yep.
She's getting some formulation and consistency.
Nice.
And inside, Blanton lays it up. Who made the pass?
That was El Moeller.
El Moeller.
Oh, pass.
Man.
Yep, they share that ball very well. Now their turnover.
Boy, look at Gray.
She's gonna
stepped
out
on
of
the
bounds.
sideline. That's the only thing that stopped.
Yep.
Every team has their own personality, and our scorers maybe don't have to be the 2 guards, with Gray being like a number 3.
When you go back to Kaylee Blanton that you mentioned, and there's another deflection by Kaylee, but the one thing that she allows them to do is when you have guards that pressure like that, it gives you some confidence up there that if you get beat off the dribble, you got a shot blocker behind you. That's some nice confidence to have.
All right, Delta with a good play, split the defense, got it down to the baseline, but the Tigers closed fast and knocked away.
47-6, and Spike, we're already 3 minutes gone here in this third quarter.
Blanton in the backcourt has to go back. A little behind the back flip by Keller. They'll work the perimeter. Gray now. Moeller, one dribble. Keller, guarded closely, gives it back Gray. Gray drives baseline, pull up, 12 feet away, stops, kicks it back outside. Now Moeller finds Gray. Gray down the paint, dishes off, and tipped away. Nice job.
Munger there on the deflection, number 3.
And Keller read it. Keller intercepts. Keller drives over the top, hangs on the iron. Good!
Again, there's that strength we talked about, Spike, from Nicole.
Yes,
Keller. Strong finish.
Yes.
Strong finish.
Left-hand drive cut off there by Keller, and I believe she may get, or no.
I don't know if that was on Keller, but I think Blanton there maybe bumped her into that foul.
Yeah. Captain with the elbow jaunt.
Forearm shiver.
Yeah.
There's the subs, mass subs here for Delta. You know, the one downside, Spike, to a running clock in the second half, there are a lot of positives to it. It does, you know, from a coach when you're on the other end of it, saves from, you know, some embarrassment, saves from, you know, the game taking forever. But the one thing it doesn't do, that from a coaching perspective, these are opportunities maybe to get some younger kids in the game to play.
Exactly.
And when that clock's going so quickly like that, it's tough for them to really get genuine varsity experience with the clock on the move.
And now when you're coaching and say you're in a game, maybe not this dimension, but a runaway, do you look to get rotation? You get to get the players in because of a possible injury?
Honestly, I was just going to say, the very first thing that's going to go through your mind as a coach is an injury. This is, you know, you're going to be sick to your stomach if something happens at this time of a game, you know, with one of your top players. But then, you want to. I mean, you want those girls that have worked their butt off in practice and their JV players who are sitting there on the varsity bench. You want them to get some experience here, especially with Delta, who's got, you know, if you put them out there against other varsity players, it's great experience for them.
Yeah. All right, lob to the baseline.
Nice
now they look inside. Moeller steps in front, picks it off. She'll push it ahead, up the right side. Long skip pass, finds Blanton, up and go!
Great job keeping that ball high by Kaylee Blanton. Caught it high, finished high.
That was just like a quarterback throwing it to the corner of the end zone.
51-6 here, Spike, on that three-court scoreboard.
Delta on the drive.
Nice
Good help there
rotation
from Blanton. Stepped across, picked up the dribble.
That's right there, Spike. When you're a defensive-minded coach like myself, Kaylee Blanton good, Nicole Keller better, helping the helper there. Kaylee Blanton helped the drive. Nicole Keller drops on the backside to help the helper deflects the ball out of bounds. That's beautiful defense there. Beautiful.
All right, Liberty now gets Perry, Barrett, and Miller into the lineup.
Blanton, Keller, and Gray will take a seat. Moeller and Jones will stay.
Inbounds, tipped by Jones. Ball battled for, scrummed out of there. Now tipped away by Perry. Lobbed ahead by Jones, gets it to Barrett. Barrett with the dribble, pull up, bounces outside. Tigers work the perimeter around to Perry. Perry to Moeller. Moeller looks into the middle. Nothing there. Nobody now inside. Now breaking down is Perry. They run the wheel. Miller, looks. Perry breaks to the top. Miller goes down the lane. Now breaking across is Barrett. Can't get open at the elbow. A minute to go here in the third quarter.
And this is going to be, I mean, barring an injury, a timeout or something, this is going to be a true 8-minute quarter. This quarter is going to last exactly 8 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Here's Moeller down to Perry. Perry finds Barrett. Nice spin, up fake. Draws a double team, kicks it out. Wrap-around pass from Perry. Gets it back on the wing. Now bounces low to Barrett. Barrett back outside. Miller penetrates. Has it blocked. Gets her own recovery. Tigers move it around to 30 seconds. Panthers playing aggressively on defense. You got to like that.
Nice patience here by the Tigers.
Here's Jones. Loads up three. It's going to front iron. No good. L. Moeller flashing through, kept it alive, saved it. Miller grabbed it, double teamed in the corner, bounces it off the Panthers.
You gotta go. Clock's running.
And they'll be lucky to even get the ball inbounded.
They will not.
12 seconds from the time the ball went out of bounds.
Yep. We're going to go to the fourth quarter here, 51-6. Your Tigers on top here on the three-court scoreboard.
All right, let's take opportunity here to thank our sponsors, KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, STN Design, the Affinity IT Group, 3Chord, Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pam and Dick Leatherman, Pisanello's Pizza, Gerald Grain Centers, Holgate Metal Fab, and Sattler Meats. And guys, I tell you, I got people texting me, is the scoreboard right? Guys, it has been a defensive clinic. And, I know, Greg, I'm sitting here thinking, are you going to have your boys watch this game, maybe?
Watch them. I want to take some of these girls and put them on my team and then have them show some defense during practice. I think would be helpful.
And I think you're pinpointing some of the very detailed things, the rotation, the help, the player that steps out and changes a drive, and then another player right behind them comes in with the help.
And the one thing that a good defense like Liberty plays, a good pressure defense is it forces extremely quick decisions because those passing lanes close down in such a hurry, and if you don't make the right decision, it's a turnover or deflection, and you're seeing that tonight, Delta, that they're making the right read, but it's a second late, and by the time they recognize it, there's another defender there.
Eddie Zentek, number 25, into the game, first time for Liberty Center. She's a little dynamo.
So we got Macy Crew.
Macy Crew,
yep. Macy Crew is checked in as well. So again, here's some good experience for Addie and for Macy here against some varsity players of Delta. Delta's still got their starters out there, which nothing wrong with that.
All right, Addie. Pressure inside. Zentek, helps tie it up.
Watch the JV game, and somebody forgot to tell Addie Zentek she's 5 foot. She doesn't care.
She does not.
She is a dynamo when it comes to getting rebounds.
She's fearless.
All right, lob outside, left-handed three, comes up short. Ball takes a hard carom, and it'll go out of bounds off the Liberty Center.
We will have a couple players and Coach Davis here as our KK Collision post-game show.
The one thing, again, when you go to that running clock, you notice a lot of time in between plays that normally where the clock would stop. But, you look up at the clock and all of a sudden we're a minute. We've had 4 whistles here, 5 whistles, but we're already a minute 20 into the fourth quarter. It really kind of, I don't know, from a coaching perspective, even from a fan perspective here, you're just so not used to it.
Throw the ball out of bounds. Yeah. Throw the ball out of bounds and you waste 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, you foul in, what do we say, 40 seconds or 38 seconds?
All right, Miller now spins off with the left hand to the elbow, now kicks outside.
Another thing here, Spike, that you see, and you like to see if you're Coach Davis, some of your girls that like Gracie Miller and Bea Barrett and Molly Perry, who are part of your rotation, are going to play different roles now with some of these younger girls on the floor. So they're going to have to take a little bit more charge. They're going to have to step into roles maybe that they don't need to right with the other varsity girls right now. But you never know down the stretch what's going to be asked of you.
Well, and Barrett, for example, a strong player, a strong rebounder, and now she's has a position on defense down low, and she's posting high. Now posting low, and she'll come to the top. Zentek on a drive. Kicks to the corner, finds Barrett. Barrett tied up, bounces back to Crew. Barrett shoots, elbow, rims in and out.
Nice rotation on that shot, too. That looked good.
Yeah, and I like the fact she looked for the shot. She wasn't content with. Now the drive, nice little job, digs her way through, layup good, and now we're going to get.
I'm not sure.
The JV squad.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before, though, in a varsity basketball game, where the official stopped it for subs without a timeout, without a dead ball.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. You see it in youth basketball and junior high sometimes, but I've never seen that.
That's a good point.
But hey,
stop the clock.
Yeah, I guess the sportsmanship thing maybe a little bit. Coach Davis now with all JV girls out there. Checking in for the Tigers is Gabby Conrad, number 5. We've got Aletha Fossnight, number 4. Addie Zentek and Crew both stay. And then Hope Atkinson, freshman, number 3, checks into the game.
Yeah, and Hope is a very good three-point shooter.
Yep. Good varsity experience here for those younger girls.
All right, on the drive. And we get a grab away from the ball. Fosnight, perhaps?
Yeah, it looks like it. I have not been to all their games. Is this the first action for some of these girls, for Hope and for
No,
Gabby?
I think they've played some. I think they've been in games where they've been able to get them in, and Tim does a very good job of getting them in late in the game.
All right, Zintek cuts off the drive and forces a turnover. Liberty will have it.
Halfway home here in the fourth quarter, 51-9 Tigers. Hope Atkinson run the point for the Tigers.
Yeah, she traditionally does that on the JV squad, either her or Addie Zentek.
You know, the one thing, Tiger fans, as you're sitting there watching this, some of these girls, most of these girls with nine seniors in our rotation, this is a good look at what your varsity team is going to look like next year.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them, certainly are going to play similar roles to what they're playing now, but these names and these girls are going to be comprised probably, at least some of your top varsity players next year. So kind of a cool little preview here that we don't get to see a whole lot with the 9 seniors that play in the rotation.
Shot a little long. Fosnight battles through for an offensive rebound, yanks it away and puts it back up off the glass. Excellent effort there. Fosnight, after making the shot, was the first player back on defense, but well-executed drive and score. Delta into double figures. Now they lob to Fosnight. Back outside. Crew.
Somebody's got to step out and help her.
Yep.
Nobody came to the ball.
Yeah. Number 3, Hope Atkinson looks like she's got a lot of skills. That she could be an emerging player next year.
No question.
Along with Conrad, number 5. And Addie Zintek is just like the captain talked, the dynamo. So
again, just very good experience here for these girls playing against some varsity girls here for Delta. And
tries to split it, knocked away, and here comes Delta. Clock down to 2 minutes, but Zintek there to break that up. Now a little 2-on-2 action. Fosnight breaks to the middle. That pass picked off. Here's a drive, a little body stuffing and jumping, and it'll be a foul on the Tigers.
I don't think this will quite run that clock all the way down, but again, 2 free throws take a long time. They take a long time.
At charity strike for the Lady Panthers, number 24, Gillen.
This has got to be, as Delta goes to the line here, this has got to be a good feeling for Coach Davis to open up league play. And I know, I'm not sure he would have told us pregame that they were, favored, that they should have won by X amount, but I'm not sure he could have ever anticipated this sort of game script here in which, from the get-go, Tigers jump out to a 17-0 lead there, Spike, in about 3 minutes or 4 minutes into the game and never look back.
Right. And I think as we project further into the season, here's a drive. Atkinson runs into trouble back outside Fosnight. But I think that they've been through the fire so many times, they know what it is.
Bang!
Bingo, baby! Atkinson! Boom! They've been there, they've done that, they're used to it. I don't think the pressure coming up or the anticipation of a Bryan or a PH hanging in the horizon is going to affect them a lot.
No.
I think they're in a position they can go on a long run.
Well, I'll tell you what, for the next, I'm not sure who their next, now that will be the end of the game. Now, this is interesting because I don't exactly know the rule. If you shoot these out, if the horn goes off, I don't remember. I know I should know. I know they told us, but ref doing a good job getting her the ball quick. I don't think he wants it to end here either. So she'll get one more. 3, 2, and that'll do it, Spike. 56-13. Our Lady Tigers on the 3-court scoreboard come away with a big league victory.
Yeah, you talk about what's next for the girls. They on the January 8th on Monday, they are at Elmwood. And then
Wasion next weekend or next Friday, right?
Boys have Wasion on Thursday. And JV varsity basketball with Wasion next Friday. So.
Just a great defensive effort out of the Lady Tigers here tonight.
All right, well, I don't think there's too much we can add to that. We'll wait for the post game. And
yeah, I mean, you go back to the beginning of that game, Spike, in that first half, and just what an outstanding start. And then you just saw the Delta girls get a little frustrated and just kind of maybe even a little bit of a hopeless feeling there as they're breaking pressure, trying to break pressure. Even when we fell back into that half-court defense, you saw the rotations. You saw, they thought they had the dump down to the block, and all of a sudden here comes Nicole Keller with the deflection, or you thought you had the wing open, and somehow Kaylee Blanton rotated out and gets a deflection. Here now she's leading the break. I mean, just a very, very connected defensive effort out of all 8 girls.
Yeah. They know their roles, like you said. The fourth and fifth person in the press, they don't get all the press. They don't get all the accolades. But a lot of times they're the recipients of what was started out front with that pressure D.
Yeah, I mean, and usually, when you're talking about pressure defense, at least, for most coaches are going to tell you that the on-ball defender is not the one who's going to get the steal. They may get a deflection at most, but they're the ones applying the pressure, forcing the bad decision, and the 4 girls or 4 guys behind are the ones that are going to be the recipient of it. Any good pressure defense, and sometimes that's hard for kids to understand. Even when you're pressuring, they think pressure means if I'm guarding the ball, I have to steal the basketball from the person I'm guarding. That's 100% not it. You have to force them into making a quicker, a worse decision than they would have without the pressure, and then the girls behind can kind of be recipients of that.
All right, let's talk a little bit about, before we get into the KK Collision post-game show, we'll have a couple of the student athletes, and Coach Davis will make his way up here. But tomorrow night, we've got the OG Titans come to town to take on our Tigers. And, Greg, maybe I'll talk a little bit about, obviously we put the preview on today. Yep. Come over to the studio. We appreciate that. But, I think that's going to be a good contest. I think it's going to really, as you said, you got to want to be the man. You got to beat the man. And Colin White will come to town with his OG Titans. And
I got an update from Coach Youngie. They were up 61-32 at the end of 3 on Elida. And Elida was 7-1 going into that game, so they played very well tonight. A strong response from their first defeat of the season last week against LCC. Going into that game, Ottawa Glandorf is high aspirations. They obviously have a young man going to Ohio State. So as I mentioned in the preview, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, come check it out. Come watch us take on somebody who's going to put on that scarlet and gray next year. But for us, I feel like this is one that we match up better at least. Nobody matches up with Colin White. I mean, you just don't. But I think we match up better with some of their other guys. And if we can offensively take care of the basketball and not lead to easy ones on the other end, I feel confident in our abilities to be there right there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we always look at games, and I always love the fact you just put the kids through the gauntlet, and you got to see what you're made of, and so it'll be a good contest for the Tigers. So, all right, we've got Emmy Gray joining us with Kaylee Blanton, and I'll let you guys take over from here.
So, let's start with the defense, okay? Maybe the best I've seen you guys play in the 3 years. You guys have kind of all been on the floor together. They had 22 turnovers in the first half, 16 field goal attempts in the first half. I kind of thought as the game started, you got a quick foul, Elle got a quick foul, and I thought, man, Coach talked about not fouling, playing with your feet. Did anything change there, or what sort of was going through your mind after those first couple of minutes of getting an early foul?
I think just being resilient as a team and keeping going and knowing that this is the start of our achieving our big goal. So
yeah. So this first league game now that you guys got under your belt, I talked a little bit pregame about great tournament run last year, but the 2 league losses has to be something that you guys have talked about, I'm sure, amongst your group, and I'm sure Coach Davis has also addressed it. So talk about going into the game, what your thoughts are, Kaylee, as you're ramping up for that first league game, and now that it's under your belt, kind of where you at?
I was low-key kind of nervous since it was our first league game of the season, but as I got warmed up and the team warmed up, we'd look more comfortable. So we just got to keep doing that for the rest of the games.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk a little bit now about your offensive game. So Emmy, 17 points in the first half. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know if you scored in the second half, but it doesn't really matter. Got the team off to a good start, and then Kaylee on the inside, kind of establishing yourself down there. So as you guys are going into halftime, all right, and you have that big lead. Let's just be honest. Like you're probably nice sigh of relief. Like all right, but what goals are you looking to come out of the halftime? Like what's coach talking about? What are you guys talking about? What was trying to be accomplished there in that third quarter after a great first half?
Yeah, just getting better for the next league games and just working on what we need to improve on.
Sure.
So.
Kaylee, your footwork underneath is phenomenal. I think you've really improved on that over the years. But this year it's like I've seen a major step. You're playing with, it feels like, confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you draw from? I mean, what gives you that?
Just putting in that work on the outside. Like I've been working all summer, just being more confident on my moves. And before going into a game, if I make a move and I do good on it, I tell myself, hey, do it again, do it again.
Well, it's like that song that was popular half a dozen years ago, I Am Unstoppable. And that goes for you, too. What all of a sudden, boom, 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 we light it up from three, but you've got the complete game of penetrating. Do you look to drive? Is that your first attack thing? Where does it create itself within the offense?
Yeah, I think so. I think my teammates create driving lanes, and if there's not a driving lane there and I'm open, I take the shot. So
I see. And on defense, I really like it because like in the 1-2-2, it's not the first or second person or who gets the double team here. It's the way everybody rotates. That must be something you guys drill hard on because the fourth and fifth player ends up getting the interception. Mm-hmm. That must be something that is inborn, almost inbred, because that's what makes you guys better than last year. This stuff is coming, boom, like an automatic weapon, and that looks good.
Thank you.
And Emmy, don't let him fool you. You are a shooter. Let's make it
I was
very
going to
clear.
say, don't let him fool you.
When you are open, you shoot the basketball. Let's be very clear about that.
Yeah. Okay. Who leads the team in steals?
Emmy or Nicole?
I don't know.
Who leads the team in deflections?
Probably
That's exactly the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
You guys don't know because guess what? You don't really care, do you? It's a team effort, and that's really kind of the epitome. It would have surprised me if you had known the answer to both of those questions because I don't think that's something you talk about, is it?
Yeah, it's not.
Well, congratulations, ladies. It was
Thank
awesome.
you.
1-0 in the league.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.
All right, once
Thanks.
again, Emmy Gray and Kaylee Blanton, thank you guys. Kaylee, did you know your brother's bowling team today bowled a 3,000 series, the first one ever? 3,000.
Mackerel.
A 3,000 series, Spike. So I think we're going to get Coach Davis. He was over there with Jeff Ratliff.
He's still quicker than I was. I completely. I had the radio guy and the paper guy, and then I look up here, and Coach Davis is waving his arms, and Young is waving his arms. I was like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
But now, hey, that was my first one, so you got to give me a little bit of a grace period. Making his way up the stairs, Coach Davis, 1-0 in the NWOAL. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. Really liked how we came out right from the start, coming off a loss to Anthony Wayne and kind of leaving no doubt there and speeding the game up for him.
I know you had some stuff in your scouting report about playing pressure defense. You thought you could maybe create some turnovers that way, but did you ever anticipate the 22 turnovers in the first half, especially? And I asked Emmy and Kaylee both, especially that start, the way they were calling the game early there. I thought, I just have to back off the pressure, but you were able to keep the pressure up without fouling. And I was so impressed with those 22 turnovers forced that Delta spent so much time and energy trying to break your pressure. They didn't even look at the basket.
Yeah, and that's honestly, I didn't anticipate this by any means. I mean, because they're better than that score. But because they do have some shooters, and my fear was them knocking down some shots and getting some confidence. But I think just speeding it up, they were worried about where the next girl was coming from rather than shooting the basketball. And that's what athleticism and length, does, and that's what our strength is. And taking them out of running them off the 3-point. We didn't really have to run them off the 3-point line because they didn't have any looks. But But it's just really nice to see. And, I know they had some turnover issues in their previous games, and they were shorthanded a little bit earlier in the season. They were fully strength tonight. But, again, coming out like we did, it was really nice to see.
I mean, when it comes to the defensive efforts that you've had, and you've had some very, very good ones against some good competition, but in the games I've watched, I mean, that's as sound defensively. I mean, it wasn't turnovers just in the backcourt way back here. It was chasing that trap down and rotating behind it, and even the second rotation on the backside, the shot wasn't there. And I felt like at that point Delta really kind of got demoralized or frustrated a little bit. So that part of it to me was your best defensive game from a rotation standpoint.
Yeah, our rotation was excellent tonight, and that's an area that we've worked on quite a bit in the last week. That and our offensive, kind of our 4-round-1, we lifted the girls out of the corners to give us a little more space down there and maybe get us some driving lanes on the baseline. So I thought we were good there on the offensive end, along with our rotations defensively, like you mentioned, the second and third, and getting deflections and reading that next pass.
And speaking of the offensive side of the basketball, the first quarter, the first 4 minutes of that first quarter were outstanding, and then that turnover bug kind of popped up again, and it just seemed like there was about 3 or 4 unforced ones there in a row where it wasn't their pressure necessarily, just a bad pass or just through the hands or something. But then bounced right back in the second quarter, limited the turnovers, and I don't have the final numbers, but it was 7 in the first quarter. I'm positive it probably wasn't 7 until, maybe until the fourth quarter. But talk about that. I know that's something you've emphasized. You've had some other games where you've struggled with that. Have you done anything that's
that's something that, those unforced turnovers are the one that kind of hurt you, and just being strong with the basketball, catching it, squaring to the basket, jabbing defenders, and being able to. And then that's the other part, is attacking people off the hip and getting in the lane instead of east and west on the court. So we want to play fast, but if there's a time that comes, all right, catch the ball, let's get us in an offense and get things going. So we're getting there with that. I think there's less of those than what we've had previously.
Now, that half-court offense may have been some of the best you've had in the last, call it, 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's something that we've really worked on the last week, and just we tweaked some stuff in our 4-round-1. Like I said, bringing that up higher. I think it gives more room for Kaylee down low and gives her better opportunities down there. I thought she was really good tonight in there. And then you're always better when you can play inside out. I mean, and that's what we can do with the girls that we have.
I mean, I feel like you're now to the point, Tim, where Emmy's going to be at the top of every scouting report. I think that's just because of who she is and how she's played. But I think Kaylee Blanton's got to be 1B at this point, because if she's left single coverage, she's so patient and her footwork's so good. You have to have a very special post defensively down there to guard her. And I think hopefully, if that continues to be your point of emphasis, getting her the ball, I mean, it's going to come a point where they're going to have to start double teaming, right, and helping down.
Absolutely. And the coaching staff, we've talked about that. We need Kaylee Blanton to be an offensive player for us, and she's fully capable. We need to do a better job of getting her the ball in the right spots, putting her in a good position, because her offensively, scoring down there, that makes it a little tougher for defenses, because if not, I think we're going to see some different defenses that try and take Emmy away.
And she's an extremely versatile finisher for her size.
Very athletic.
Yes. I mean, that up and under that she took, I know she missed it, but that's not a move a lot of post players are going to make in girls basketball.
No, it's and she can go either way, right or left. Yep. So it's a nice weapon to have down there for sure.
Okay.
We got time for one more. You got to make it. Got to make it a great one.
Make it a good one. Now you're down to 8. Yeah. How does that? Because this is a luxury, if you want to call it that you haven't had since in the last 3 years. So how are you approaching that?
Well, it's just the flow of the game and how things are going. Obviously, if we have someone that's hit a couple shots, we want to keep them in the game, as long as we can there. We're just hoping to get Emerson Gherkin back, before too long. But just, giving girls breaks when they need them, kind of making sure we have, either Gracie, Nicole, or Emmy on the floor at all times. Right now, B is kind of our Blanton sub, just because, she's not really a post player, but she's going to have to play down there a little bit for us. So the rotation was tweaked a little bit on how we worked that. And we may have to play at times without Kaylee, in there and go kind of 5 out at times too. So.
Well, congratulations, Coach. 1-0 in the league.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, I think we've got everything said that we need to say. And, Spiker, you want to just take us out of here?
Well, to be honest, that was such a four-flushing game. I don't even remember the final score. It was
56-13.
56-13.
And I only know that because I wrote it down.
Yeah, I forgot to write it down.
Turn that scoreboard off on us too quick.
They did. They did.
Well, and that's too bad. But it's a dominating team, and it's a team that I'm really anxious. I'm really looking forward to seeing, especially now that the league schedule is coming on. You get your Wassians, your Archibalds, your Bryans, Patrick Henry. So this is going to be good stuff, and it's going to be a challenge, and I can't wait to see what the girls can come up with.
Yeah, going to be a fun 2024 run here for these girls.
You got to love that basketball. Guys and gals both.
Yep.
All right, 56-13, I think is what Captain said. So on that note, everybody, let's get out of here. For Mark Bly, Greg Badenhop, and old Spiker here, it's good night and good Tiger Sports.